Yeah, boy. Live again. Go on. Give me some water to start this, mate. Why is that water warm? What's going on then, people? We are going to hit a nice, traditional, old school Q&A because I know a lot of people in the comments have been dropping some questions and Chrissy Boy hasn't been answering them on the actual videos. And that is mainly because it takes up so much time. And if I'm honest, it goes into like a chain. The comments, like you reply and then you reply. It's the same as social media, and it can become never ending. At some stage, I'll go through some of the comments, but that's why I thought I'd jump on here now and say hello to you, starting with Zarak. What's going on, mate? Hope you're good. Yeah, just spend some time with you on Tuesday evening here in Wales and UK, mate. The weather is blustery, it is gloomy, it is wet, it is windy, mate. Everything that you can think of in terms of the Welsh weather, well, that is happening right now, mate. It hasn't stopped raining in ever since I've got back to Wales, which is like 4 or 5 days, mate. I tell you. And I love walking, right? I just love going for something on my to-do list, like every day, go for a 5 or 10K walk. Usually I will switch up by doing, so I've got this loop, right, near my house. It's super fortunate to live on the Pembrokeshire coast. So if you don't know the Pembrokeshire coast, go onto Google Maps and have a look at the area. It's a beautiful coastline. And just outside where I live, I'm super fortunate enough to have this 5-kilometer loop, which is around 3 miles. And if I go right, it takes me more of a downhill and then through farmlands and back up and round. And then if I go left, well, it's the same route, but in reverse. You dummy. So I like to walk one of those loops in terms of go right first in the morning, and then later in the afternoon or evening after I've hit the gym, I like to do that loop again, but run it in the opposite direction. And it's a really nice scenery. So I'm a little peeved at the moment that the weather is so Welsh and I can't go out and walk or run. So I've been doing push-ups in the house and also been hitting the gym once a day. All right. Where did that natter come from? Somewhere. Ketil Heg, what is going on, first of all? And what is going on to everybody on the chat? Thank you so much for being here. And before we get started into some of these questions, I have mentioned the Welsh weather is furious. It is really annoyed at the moment, the Welsh sky. So if the connection drops off or lags, just chill, sit back, bear with me, and we'll be back in 4, mate. Okay. So Ketil Heg, what is going on? I hope I've pronounced that right. Zarak also, where are you watching from? I would love to know where you guys are watching from in the world. That's always an interesting thing for me since, I dot around to these different places. So it's nice to see where you're watching me dot around from. So Ketil is from Norway. That's awesome. I was actually in Norway about, don't get it wrong, Chrissy Boy, say about 4 years ago. And I was in Oslo. I actually stopped off from doing a cruise there. Me and my brother Nick, we went through several countries on the cruise ship. This was over Christmas. And we stopped off in Oslo. It was awesome. Super expensive. So not somewhere there where I can go often, but a beautiful part of the world. So thank you for being here. The capital city of Islamabad, Zarak, you absolute legend. I've got some big plans to come back to Pakistan and actually set up camp in Islamabad. So I look forward to maybe meeting you for a chai tea in January, maybe February. I'll see how things go. But Islamabad. I loved hiking Trail 5. That was such a great day. If nobody has watched that vlog, it is like one of the most enjoyable, easiest vlogs to record. And the day just went so right. Trail 5, Islamabad, Pakistan. If anybody is passing through, go and hike that trail. You will not be disappointed. Not just because of the amazing scenery, the kind of half and half strenuous hike, but just the amazing people that are doing that hike, and it makes the experience all the better. Okay. And then Scully Optimist, what is going on, mate? Denver, Colorado. That's awesome. I was in, I'm not sure if Arizona is anywhere near to Colorado, but I was in Arizona last year for like 5 weeks, and I was thinking of going to Colorado, but I never got there. So I'm not sure. I, in the back of my head, I have got this idea of doing this like huge United States tour, and I would love to just go and hit like every state in, I don't know, a year or two span. But obviously money at the moment isn't sufficient enough to fulfill that little pipe dream right now. But yeah, I hope Colorado is serving you well, mate. And thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. Malik, what is going on? I hope you're good. And yeah, life is sweet, mate. So let me jump into the first question. And before we start, sorry, and I know I've said before we start about 3 or 4 times now, can you just say the voice and the video is both okay, so you can both see me? Not that that's too much of a good thing with this beard, and you can hear me. If you can just let me know, that'd be awesome. To whatever and beyond, what is going on, mate? You just called me Mush, which means you're probably in the land of Wales somewhere, mate. So yeah, let me know where you're watching from. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's go in up north. Sweet, mate. The weather is absolutely terrible. Crikey, no wonder I get away from Wales a lot, because I'm not sure. It's like having a constant shower at the moment I step out the door. Okay, I've really got to work on stop saying in between my sentences. I think it's like some sort of nervous disposition. That's good awareness though, Chrissy Boy. Give you that, mate. Tap on the back. Go on, son. Okay, let's swan dive into these questions. Starting off with Ketil Heg. Thank you so much for being here, mate. How much did the trip cost you back in total? Can you just specify what that trip was? If you're referring to the last 3.5 months of travel, where I covered numerous countries, starting with Pakistan and finishing with Thailand, let me know. Or do you mean a specific country or place I was in? Just let me know, and I can answer that for you, brother. But I'll answer your second question. Just waiting for you to hit that back if you do. How long are you staying in the UK before traveling again? That's actually a really good question. At the moment, I've really been enjoying the downtime, and I've only been back for 5 days so far. And I'm really fortunate to be able to stay in a nice cottage on my own, in my own space, when I get back to the UK, which is the cottage you're seeing here. I'll just actually show you a little bit without knocking everything down. So this is where I'm staying. It's like the conservatory behind me, and through this door is the bedroom, toilet, and then the exit to the outside. And then right here, you've got the kitchen, which is the island, and then the patio and stuff out there. So I've got a really sweet setup, and I'm fortunate to be here. At the moment, I think I will remain here for about 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks before I go back onto a long travel stint. I have got 2 places in mind over the next 6 weeks where I will be going, most definitely. Number 1 is Morocco. I want to go and just hit that country up in different areas for 10 days. And I will probably leave to go there on November the 20th. So what's that, in like less than 3 weeks? So I'd like to start in Marrakesh, go through to Fez, and then to Casablanca, and then end up in the north of Chefchaouen, a beautiful, beautiful place. nicknamed the Blue City in the northern region of Morocco, and then maybe cross over via ferry to Gibraltar in Spain, and then head back to the UK. And then after that, on December the 15th or 16th, I will be going up to the Scottish Highlands and spending a week or two just hiking some Munros, which are the mountains up in the Cairngorm National Park up in Scotland. And I was there actually about 2.5 years ago for my first ever volunteering experience when I had no money to travel. And I remember this was my first voluntary experience, and I went to a family in the Scottish Highlands, and I chopped logs for 2 hours a day in exchange for my own private cabin in the woods, as cliche as it sounds, and food, and also just tremendous, warm, kind hospitality from the family I was staying with. So that's why I'm going back there around the 15th of December. So to answer your question, for the next month, taking aside Morocco, I will be here, and then I will be going to Scotland also. A few big plans for next year, which are just in my head at the moment because my wallet cannot afford it. Number one is, I always forget this name, Cuba. The second is, that's the third, Chris. The second is Brazil. I'd also like to do Iraq, and then anything else that comes will be amazing. A few more South American countries also. So that'd be cool. But for now, as I was saying before, I went on a huge Chrissy Boy tangent. I'm just really enjoying the downtime of being here. For those people who travel often or, infrequently but intensely when they do, you will know that you can get so exhausted in such a small amount of time, especially the way that travelers like myself do it, where we go on 18-hour buses and trains instead of taking a 1-hour flight to save ourselves 20 or 30 bucks, because that's the way we do it. And yes, we are fatigued out of our brains for the forthcoming days after that travel, but we have to do that in order to save the money for the next coming days of travel. It doesn't make sense in a certain way, but it does in another way. So when you're traveling like that, it does take a toll. It might not take a toll in the first week or 2 weeks, but after that third, fourth, fifth week, mate, it can really it can hit hard. So at the moment, back in Wales with a family, which is really nice. I've got the gym a 5-minute drive from my house. I've got some really nice walks. I've got no alcohol to go on the session with. There's not much parties going on around here, and I'm just maintaining a good level of fitness and health, and also contentment, being happy, or at least trying to be happy in the place that I am now. And for me, for someone who's very, I like to bounce around a lot. I don't like to be stationed for too long of a period of time. So I'm working on, very much so, as philosophical as this may sound, being as present as I possibly can in the moment of life that I'm in right now. And it's always been a struggle. And I think one of my main goals is just to be very content in one place, which kind of goes against traveling. But I also love new experiences. I love adventure. I love meeting new people, experiencing different cultures, tasting different foods, and just having a whole different worldly scope of different places in the world. I think it's an amazing way to do it. And that's what keeps the my feet treading across the world. So, but at the moment, I'm really enjoying being back. And for the next 6 weeks, on and off from Morocco and Scotland, I will be stationed here, probably until I'd say mid-January, if I was to answer that in short. So, yeah. All right. This is awesome. Thank you so much for being here, guys. This is cool. I'm just chilling here on a Tuesday night in the kitchen, mate, kind of ticking off some to-do lists before putting some food in the air fryer and munching down. So, no, it's cool. Thank you so much. Up north, Zarak, we can see you. Thank you so much. Sounds great. Perfect confirmation on the the visuals and the sound. It's good. Malik Allah asks, if I were to party every day in Bangkok or Pattaya, would $2,500 last me a month? So let me restate that. If I were to party every day in Bangkok or Pattaya, would $2,500, which is about £2,000, last me a month? Mate, if you were to go out Bangkok and you were to party for one night, right, and you were to let yourself completely loose and you were to get your wallet out and you didn't think about spending money because you've got $2,500, I tell you one thing, that £2,500, if you are stupid, would last you just the one night. And that is not an exaggeration. You can spend a lot of money in Thailand, not just on beers and partying, but just you can walk down a street in Thailand, right? And you'll look at a meal for 60 baht, then you'll look at a beer for 100 baht, then you look at getting a tuk-tuk for 200 baht. And before you know it, like a few hours into your day, before the afternoon is even hit, you might have spent 30 or 40 pounds, which is like $60. And then you're thinking to yourself, while you're drinking an expensive Americano and scoffing down some more food, like, how have I spent this much money already? It's not even midday and I'm already out of pocket. So it's not even the partying you need to look out for. It's just the daily expenses that can add up in Thailand as a whole. That's why, like, you know, I've gone broke so many times in Thailand, and I'm aware of it. I'm aware of my spending, and I still end up like looking at my bank balance, thinking, "Crikey! Now I have to go and stay in the dingiest hostel in Bangkok because I've messed up again." You know, so $2,500 to last you a month in Thailand. Heck yeah, you can definitely do that. You can have a great month in Thailand, be that Pattaya or Bangkok, with that sum of money. But if you were to party every night and you were to party the way that that I do, that money is not going to last you a long time at all. What I would do, if you really like to party and drink beer and, you know, have a good time and you've only got a month, I would highly recommend that you went and bought cheap beers from the likes of 7-Eleven or the Big C or Lotus, which are superstores dotted around Thailand. You go and buy a crate of beer. And yes, it's not the same as being in a bar or a club, but just take a beer and drink it round the street. Take 10 beers and drink it round the street, and then duck into a bar here and there, have a few shots, drink, speak to some birds or ladyboys, and then do it that way. My personal favorite when I'm in Thailand, and I know this is a long-winded question, so I hope this is helping, is I like to go into 7-Eleven and I like to get a bottle. It sounds like I'm an alcoholic. I like to get a bottle of Samsung whiskey, all right, or Hong Tong whiskey, which is 100, I'm not sure, 150 baht, £3 or £4, $5 US. And I just like to walk the streets, chat with this person, nat with that person, have a few swigs here and there, play a few games of pool, get lost in the streets, have another tequila, have another swig of my whiskey. And then, like, that's a great way of doing it. You don't necessarily have to go bar hopping in the likes of any Soys or Soy Cowboy or Nana Plaza to have a good time. You have to really watch your money if you're going into those bars, because obviously they have got bar girls who are very trained and very skilled at what they do, who will snipe you as, well, an ATM if you're not careful. Anyway, I hope that question helped. Let me know if it did. Give me some thumbs up or confirmation. Yeah, Thailand's mental. I'm actually really happy to be out of there. You know, like the last month in Bangkok, after I missed my flight to Vietnam, I was supposed to go to Vietnam and I was going to like hitchhike with no money from south to north, from Saigon to Hanoi. But anyway, I missed the flight from Kuala Lumpur. I was in Kuala Lumpur for a connecting flight to Vietnam from Australia, but I missed it. So I ended up booking like a £20 flight to Bangkok and then just went and chilled out with my mate Dunky then. And we had a great time. Anyway, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, to whatever and beyond. I know the weather is shocking at the moment, I've got to say. Proper shocking. But I kind of don't mind at the moment. I've had the Bangkok sweats and heat for the last 30 days. So Okay. Next question is from Next the Gamer. First of all, tell me where you're asking the question from, mate. That'd be good, and I hope you're still here. How do you afford all of the traveling? Well, this is a tough one to answer. I've done a few videos on this, trying my best to explain it, and it still comes across as I've got more money than I have. So for the for the last X amount of time where I've been traveling, and I've been in Thailand for like 6 or 7, maybe 8 months of this year, is the way that I like to do it is I like to spend more time in one place. So, for example, the perfect one being I've spent nearly 8 months in Thailand this year. And that is because if you book longer in your accommodation, be that Airbnb or some hotels or hostels, you get a reduced rate, right? So if you were to stay 31 days in a single bed with a shared bathroom in Bangkok, I was paying something like £170 for the month. £170 for your accommodation. This is exactly what I was doing, by the way. Where we're staying in a very hip, cool district in Bangkok called Onut, if anyone's familiar. And I was paying £170 for the month. And I did this so many times throughout the last 8 months. And so £170 for the room. No, it hasn't got AC, but it's got a good Wi-Fi. It's got a desk. It's got a half decent bed. It's got a kitchen outside and a shared bathroom. Okay, so that is a big clump of the cost sorted. And remember, when you're stationed like this and you've got a place for a month or however long it is in a certain country, but you're not really going to be traveling much. And when I say that is you're not going to be taking a plane to China and a plane to Chiang Mai or a plane to wherever else. You would usually take a bus if you were to go somewhere else within country. And that's what I've always done. And for example, you can get a train. This is exactly what I did. A train from Bangkok all the way up north to Chiang Mai for a couple of quid. And then once you're up there, you can, I think I paid like 100 baht, which is £2.50 for a hostel up there. So even though you've got a place as a base in a country, you can still travel to different sections in that country for very cheap. Trains, buses, you can hitchhike if you're as stupid as I am, and it will cost you nothing. And it's just I think it's more of a mentality where people think they have to spend so much money to travel and see the world. You really don't, especially with the likes of volunteering platforms now. I use a platform called World Packers, where you pretty much exchange your time and any skills you have for accommodation, for food and activities and tours. But anyway, going back to affording to travel. So £170 then for my room. I would not, and I mean this, I would not spend much more than about £3.50 on food each day. Okay, so take that into consideration. I'm not sure how much that is a month. I'm bad at maths. £3 times whatever a month. So it's like less than £100 a month or around £100. So now I'm up to £270 a month. And I'm fortunate enough from where I was staying in Thailand, I could get a gym membership and a pool and snacks and free tea for about £16 a month. And you can look at this so you don't think I'm BSing you. It's called the Quarter Hotel in Onut. I'll repeat that. The Quarter Hotel in Onut. So this was very close to my bed sit. And I would sign up to the Quarter Hotel, which offered the gym, the swimming pool, the free snacks and tea for £16 for the entire month, right? So now I've got my gym and pool sorted. I've got my food sorted. I've got my accommodation sorted, mate, for all, how much are they saying? For less than £300 so far. So from YouTube at the moment, I sit anywhere from right now from between £330 to around £400. So I've got, after all of that, I had so much more finances to play with. And that's when I just go and party and eat out and go on the beers, mate. And sometimes I would still go broke just because it's in my nature to go a little wild and stupid, right? But yeah, if you really look at it and you're disciplined and you have the mentality of, yeah, I can definitely go there for £400 in a month. I can go there for £600. You know what? I can go there for £300 if I stay here, if I eat this and I do this and I avoid that. You can do it. So, and I hope you don't think that I'm BSing. I hope that I am living proof of this. I've shown my accounts. I'm not sure if that completely shows what it is, but yeah, that's it. I hope that's helped. Let me go through some of the other comments. To Whatever and Beyond is asked, B&B. No, I am fortunate enough to have this place as a family member's. So I stay here because of my family, which is really nice. So I get this place to myself, which is awesome. So some really good digs and I can get some nice work done and it keeps me away from the parties and it gets me on the fitness and health train when I'm back and it feels good. Ricky asks, how much was the cost for Copenhagen to UK flight? Mate, I tell you what, I've had some cheap flights in the past, the cheapest being from Bristol in England to Milan in Italy. That was, mate, I think that was £9, so about $11 US. Now, second to that is the flight that I've just took from Copenhagen in Denmark to Bristol in the UK. And that was 13 quid, mate. £13, which is like $15 or $16. Like everything just lined up when I was booking the flight back from Bangkok to the UK. So first of all, I found a flight that was a direct flight with Scandinavian Airlines, a pretty decent airline, a 12.5-hour direct flight from Bangkok to Copenhagen for £84, which is, I think, just shy of $100. And I was like, I hate flying. I hate direct flights because you're in the air for that long. But anyway, I couldn't pass it up. So I got that first flight, which was like mind-blowing, 84 quid. I took that. And then I had the 16-hour layover in Copenhagen, which I knew was going to be like a little bit of an annoyance before booking this next flight. But I was like, this is what you have to do to be able to pay less for these flights. You have to go through these annoying periods where, yeah, you might have to sleep in the airport or whatever it is, like I did. And then I was able to find a flight on Skyscanner from Copenhagen to Bristol for £13. And that was 16 hours later after my first flight from Bangkok to Copenhagen touchdown. So I got to explore Copenhagen a little bit, had some beers, ate some food, met some people, and then kind of wandered around, got lost on the transport system, eventually ended up back at the airport that evening at 11 p.m. Slept, mate, until 5 a.m. You should watch the vlog. I've just put it up, actually. It's called I Slept Rough in Copenhagen. And then I woke up for that flight back to Bristol at 6. And then, yeah, caught a bus and a train and then got back through my door in Wales. So super cheap, mate. Like 100 and, how much is it? Like 100 quid to get back. That is mental. 100 quid to get back from Thailand. Like insane. Yeah, so that's a cool thing. I was hoping someone would ask about that because, you know, when you hear about when people get such cheap accommodations or such cheap flights, you're thinking, hold on, there's got to be some sort of catch. Like, is this guy trying to sell something to me? Because no way is someone getting a flight that cheap. But yeah, you do. And yeah. All right, next. To Whatever and Beyond. Scotland, mate. That's awesome. I will be up in the Highlands in December. What part of Scotland are you in? I'm going to hike some Monrose. I'm going to drink some mulled wine. I'm going to eat some haggis, mate. And yeah, I'm going to burn some of these Welsh tatters that I've accumulated over the last 3.5 months. So if you've got any recommendations or stuff that you think I should do when I'm in Scotland in December, I'm all go, mate. Double thumbs up. Pad Kapow, what is going on? What is going on? That's a cool question. That's a really cool question. So Pad Kapow. Side note, I'm really missing those meals in Thailand right now. They're like my favorite, especially with like the fried egg on top and the extra chilies. I'm not sure if anybody has eaten in Bangkok at Fed Mark's restaurant, which is Mark Ween's, the popular YouTube's restaurant in Bangkok. And I believe that is in Asok, in the district of Asok. Mate, that has got some amazing food and some duck eggs to go with it. So if anyone's in Bangkok, go to the district in Asok and eat at Mark Ween's restaurant. You will not be disappointed, mate. So Pad Kapal, thank you so much for being here. I presume that you live in Thailand. Let me know if you do and in what part. It'd be cool to know where you're here from. So you've asked, why are you accepting having no money, given you've had success in business? That's a really good question. And I think that's going to be pretty difficult to answer in short, so I will do my best. Why are you accepting having no money, given you've had success in business, etc.? The first thing that pops to my head in terms of a quick fire and honest response to that is, I don't really think too much about money. I know I speak a lot about it on the vlogs, but I think that budget travel has kind of steered me in that direction a little bit. But it's not like I am talking or worrying about money 24/7. It's like the last thing that I think about, and definitely the last thing that I speak about. I mainly only talk about the lack of funds when I'm traveling. And because, it also gears the vlog. It gives the vlog a purpose. It's not like I'm always broke. But you have to remember that sometimes when you're traveling, I bring those things up to not just show you the real way of how I'm doing it, but it's also an interesting topic to show people that it can be done. So to answer your question, what I've got now is a huge purpose. I've got huge drive to make videos. I love making videos. I love traveling, experiencing and adventuring. And that is up there for me. And I know in my heart of hearts that money isn't here right now. And that is absolutely fine. I am more than accepting of that. I'm actually perfectly okay with that. I am getting on as I should at this moment in time with my content creating YouTube journey, right? Because at the end of the day, this is my thing. Whilst it should be treated as a business, and in a way I do, or let's say I would like to think that I do, I know that it's going to pay out in the future, be that the near or distant future, a year from now, 3 years from now. I'm very patient. I'm just enjoying this journey. So the accepting of having no money is for this period of time that we are in with the channel right now. I'm okay with it because I know in the future, again, be that soon or later, that it's not going to be a problem. So in a way, I'm enjoying the process of struggle right now, because the way that I go with consistency in the vlogs and the plans that I have, I know that it's going to be different in not too long from now. And it'll be nice to look back knowing that, you know what, Chrissy Boy, you went through that, mate. You really went through it. You struggled, you suffered, you've shown everybody how it's done in raw, honest fashion. And now there's going to be a payout. And when that payout comes, it's not going to change anything. It certainly won't change me. Maybe I will sleep in hotels as opposed to hostels. Maybe I will eat more vegetables and fruit. Whatever it is, it's not going to be a dramatic change when I have money. Everything I would like to think will stay the same. I'm not going to be doing what I did last time when I earned a load of money online through selling sports supplements and coffee and buy supercars and fancy apartments and trips to Paris and Italy and all of that stuff and fancy clothes. Nah, mate, I'm good. So I'm just enjoying it, if I'm honest. And I hope that answers the question. But in short, my purpose for what I do overrides anything in terms of money. And whilst it is in the back of my head. I know in a not too distant future, it's not going to be a problem. So why not enjoy this phase now? And also when the other phase comes with more money, I'll enjoy that when it arrives. So I hope that that answers the question. That's a really, really good question as well. Padre Pau, thank you so much. Yeah, Scotland is great. To whatever and beyond, mate. I agree. I'm going to be nestled in the Cairngorm National Mountains when I'm there. So I stay in like a really nice cabin in the woods, and I'm buzzing to just go there, chill, sleep for 10 hours a day, wake up to a log fire, mate, drinking coffee in my left hand, mulled wine in my right hand, and just eat mince pies until I'm 20 stone. And I'll do that for 10 days. Padre Pau said, "You're a good guy, Chrissy. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. I've come to Thailand at 18 and went broke. Honestly, it was hellish experience, but I'm glad I'm out of that stage now. Now, I would love to hear the transition from moving to Thailand and going broke. I mean, like those stories are great in their own right. I know they're sad and, you know, in some aspect they can be dark, but it's real, it's raw, it's honest. And as you say now, you are out of that stage now of being broke. So that stage you were in, it's a memory. It happened. It taught you a lesson. It was experience. It's something you can look back on and appreciate your life for what it is now, as opposed to how it was then. So the struggle is good in anything. No good thing comes from staying in comfort, at least not in terms of being ambitious for doing something for yourself that is going to be great to look back on in years to come. You know, comfort really is the doorway of where dreams go to die, in my opinion. And I'm very aware of that. And I always think of that if I need to take a 20-hour train or a 10-hour bus that's going to cost me £1, I'm like, I'm going to go through this right now because it's going to lock in my memories for when I've got more money, availability, freedom, and options to look back and say, go on, son, you went through it, you didn't puss out, and you did it. So, Padre Pau, good on you, brother, and thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Good stuff, mate. Travel with Rahana. I hope I pronounced that properly. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know where you're I was going to say calling from. It sounds like, where you calling from? Where you writing from? Where you watching from? Travel with Rahana. How do I build more subscribers for my channel? How do I build more subscribers for my YouTube channel? I presume I don't just videos. I don't talk, just videos. Mate, if you can rephrase that question just a little bit, sorry. I mean, mate, at the end of the day, I am no YouTube guru. I'm just your typical 30-something-year-old Welsh Leo from the UK who decided to pick up a camera one day and document his travels. For those people who don't know, I've been traveling on and off for the last 8 years, and it's only the last 18 months or 2 years that I decided to get a GoPro, courtesy of my best friend Duncan. He actually bought it for me. So thank you so much, brother. Absolute legend. So yeah, I really can't tell you too much about YouTube. Make videos you want to make, have a laugh, because as PewDiePie said, if you're having fun, you can't lose. So try to focus not so much on the analytics, just kind of, mate, if you're happy and you enjoy making videos, it's perfect. If you want to make more money and treat it as a business, then you might have to go in with a different approach. But for me, I'll go out, I'll film my vlog, which will be part of my day anyway. The camera is following me. I'm not following the camera, though sometimes that can differ, depending on situations and places. And yeah, mate, you go about your day, you have some sort of mission or story you want to tell, you interact, you eat food, you do different things to keep the audience engaged. You know, at the moment, I've got a very slow growing channel, but it's okay. I will watch a plant grow for 20 years before I see it rise up. I'm totally okay with it. I'm a pretty patient guy. So my advice would be to have fun with whatever you're doing, travels with Rahana, because at the end of the day, life is too short not to. So yeah, there's my philosophical twist on your question. I hope that's helpful or something. I don't know. Yeah. M. Kalim asks, did you personally find Pakistan or India cleaner. To be honest, I can't recall too much of India. I think there has been a dent in my memory due to catching a gastrointestinal parasite when I was over there, which is called giardia, or another name, giardiasis. And it kind of like put a block on my memory of India, which I would have to return to answer your question in truth. But I loved Pakistan. India was amazing too. Everything was good. I really enjoyed both countries. It was cool. Benny boy, what's going on, mate? If you're out in Haverfordwest tonight, let me know. I'll come and catch you for a beer, or maybe 20. We'll see how much money I've got on my account. This is awesome, by the way. This is cool. I like it. I'm going to show you in a minute what I'm going to have for food tonight. That's very kind of, it feels like something you do in Bali or something, right? Actually, I'm not going to show you. That's stupid. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to have sausages and a load of bread with mayo, ketchup, probably cheese, and coleslaw in. Is that disgusting? It actually sounds pretty disgusting. Sausages, bread, cheese, coleslaw, tomato ketchup, mayonnaise. We'll see. Ricky asks, did you have a budget for freelancers other nightlife entertainment? I think you're referring to freelancers in terms of Thai birds or Thai honeys, mate. Have you not seen the state of me? Do you think I go and pay those birds? Nah, mate. They're paying your boy. If they want some nookie, they're paying your boy. No, mate. I kind of so I do work out how much money I need for the month. And again, let's give a last 30 days in Thailand example. I paid £170 for accommodation. I paid £100 for food, £270. 15 or 16 pound for a gym membership, so let's call that 300. The rest pretty much is up to me. The remaining 50 to 100 pound, if I'm lucky, from YouTube to make 400 pound in that month. I kind of will go a little crazy, and then in the last 10 days or last week of the month, usually I'm pretty broke, so I'd be eating like pot noodles, like ramen, twice a day, and just drinking, bottles of water for the last week. But I don't really budget too well. I just have a rough idea of how much money I have after the obvious spends, go out and then just roll with that, mate. And some nights I have gone completely broke in Bangkok, and there is ways around that too. There is ways around that too, to get food and stuff, and it's part of the process, I guess. But yeah, no, not really a budget, just kind of a rough estimate in my head. Again, don't take that. That is not a good thing. Do as Chrissy Boy says. I think this is right. Right. Don't do what I just said. Right. That is a stupid thing. Don't go and like cover your main expenses and then go and blow the rest partying and be broke for the last week. And maybe like not eat. Right. That is not a good thing. Do as I say, not as I do, right? I think that's a good way to live your life if you're traveling. You've got to keep an eye on your finances. Pretty much do the opposite as I do, right? Yeah, something like that anyway. So Ricky, mate, I hope that's answered your question. If not, we're both out of luck, mate. Lisa, what's going on? Where are you calling from? Calling, why do you keep saying that? You're not calling, are you? You're watching and asking, and I'm answering. So Lisa asked, the best experiences are when you budget travel. Agreed. If you like every day to be real and funny and meet locals, you're on to a winner. I agree. And if you're having a laugh doing so, whether you're with yourself or someone else, like, mate, you're good. You're good. I think people really worry about things. And I would say that's pretty obvious, because as a species, we worry and we get excited and we get sad and we get happy and stuff. But I think people really worry about money, especially when it comes to traveling. And I think if people who worry about money, about traveling, can go traveling with a very small amount of money and see that it can be done, then they will be released from a certain amount of their worries. So go to a country. No, Chris, don't tell people what to do with your stupid advice. Just say it in passing so people can maybe latch onto it or just float away from it. But what I was going to say is, if you haven't got much money, just go anyway. No, Chris, it's not good. Just, be sensible. Lisa again asks, also, Lisa, where are you calling from if you haven't said already? When booking your flights, do you use Skyscanner, Google Flights, or direct from the airlines? Never have I used Google Flights. Never have I booked direct from airlines. And that is in the last 8, probably 10 years of taking flights. I have always, well, actually, is that tell a lie? Because I'm not sure how long Skyscanner has been around. But as long as I can remember, I've always used Skyscanner. And the best way to do that is, I was going to write something down, but the best way to find cheap flights, in my opinion, is to book them a month or 6 weeks out. And instead of when you're on the Skyscanner page and you've typed in from destination from departure to destination, for example, London to Bangkok, when you've typed in those places, go onto the other side and look at flexible dates. That's if you can be flexible. Don't tap in, for example, the 6th of January or the 2nd of March. Type in, flexible dates, and it will show the whole month. And then you get the options of green, which is cheap, orange, which is medium price, and then red, which is pretty extortionate. So go on flexible and look at the months. Maybe you'll have to go a month later if you have flexibility. But if that will save you £200-300 on a flight, which it can, then maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, to answer your question, Lisa, Skyscanner for the win for your mate, Chrissy Boy. Okay. Ricky, what's up, brother? That is mental. I thought I had a cool deal. I recently flew back from Bangkok to London and cost £150 on Etihad via Abu Dhabi with a 9-hour layover. That is, mate, that's pretty sweet too. I mean, 150 quid for that. If I had seen that deal, I would have probably gone for that just because I hate a 12.5-hour direct flight. That is... I'm going all the way around the clock in a plane. I already hate heights. I hate flying. So, mate, that's a really good deal. That's 75 quid for each one of those flights. And as for the layovers, I personally don't mind layovers. I walk around the airport, I'll have a drink, eat some food, and make myself more broke, and then have a little nap on a bench. I don't know. If you've got a long enough layover too, you can head out and experience the country or nightlife or whatever it is. So I think that's a real good deal, Rick, mate, especially with Etihad. So yeah, good question. Brian T, what's going on, mate? What's going on? And yeah, I hope this Q&A is good. I'm really enjoying it. And I definitely will be doing more of them since I'm stationed back in Wales for the time being. So, Brian T, where you messaging and watching from, brother? How would you respond to someone shaming you for traveling? Accusations such as running away, Peter Pan, irresponsible, lazy, a bum, etc. Again, mate, I think I answered this in the Q&A before. You're always going to get criticized and judged, whatever you do in life, right? I've learned over the years to not hold on to those judgments, not hold on to those accusations. People usually will judge someone based on them not being happy in their own life. So if you want to look at that, you could really pity the person that is chucking insults or accusations or being judgmental your way. You could take pity on them, not in terms of being OTT, but a soft, silent pity. Because if you're doing your thing, whether that be for the right or wrong reasons, it doesn't matter. You as a person can figure that out with your future self. as long as you're happy, you're doing something. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I do not care. Caring what other people think of me, be that good or bad, hateful or great, it doesn't help me. It doesn't get to increase my contentment for life. It doesn't help me to buy a plane ticket to somewhere else. It doesn't help me to treat my family to a nice meal. People hold on to judgments like super glue sticks onto someone's arm. There is no need to put yourself through that. So if a judgment or something comes my way, I'll watch it in my head. I'll kind of watch it, and then it will just disappear. I don't take action on any of that. I don't retaliate or anything. The worst thing you can actually do is retaliate, especially in our day and age. You don't know who you're potentially retaliating at, and it will cause more damage than good. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't been responding to comments on the videos, just because people get very, very upset very, very quickly. And I've learned to, I put the videos out, people comment. That's kind of our job done. Number one, as a creator, and two, for those people who watch and comment. It doesn't mean that I myself have to go back through those comments and go into a reply chain with people who potentially just want to waste my time and, judge me for things I don't care about. There's a few select people in the world that really know me. I don't care about any keyboard warriors who think they do at the end of the day. And it's the same as anybody else who tries judging you. Let it go over your shoulder and don't look back in your rear view mirror, mate. Simple. Benny Global, fist bump to you, mate. And I hope you're still watching, bro. My email, the one that I sent you on chat, is obviously not working. So again, Benny Global, appreciate your support a few weeks ago. That was really helpful with the donation that you sent me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you. But because my email is down and I haven't created a new one as yet, though it is on the to-do list, I will then let you know the new email. You can drop me a message and then I can thank you over person once I give you my WhatsApp. So appreciate it, brother. Ricky, what's going on, mate? I'm enjoying the questionnaires here, and we've got a lot, which is awesome. Let me just, I really want a snack. Give me some snacks I can have. I actually haven't got any snacks here. I've got coffee, but I've had like 3 coffees today, and I can't sink one right now because it is coming up like 9 p.m. or something. I'm actually not sure of the time. Okay. So Ricky asks, how did you get from a couple of hundred subscribers to 21,000 in 3 months? Good question. I would say, Rick, if anything, just being consistent with uploads. I remember a quote from Casey Neistat, who was given advice from another content creator on YouTube. And he said, whatever you do, just don't stop uploading. And I think I've taken that and I've always carried that in the back of my head. And I just like to go out and film things. I don't care if it's super interesting or it's mundane. Usually I go out and film what I want to go and film. And usually I get myself into circumstances in life that are worthy of filming, such as the 16-hour layover in Copenhagen. I could either just go about that 16 hours on my own and experience the laughs and the suffering myself, or I can simply hold up. Oh, excuse me. Let me show you. We're back in action, baby. Or I can simply hold this thing up like this and bring it with me. It's very simple. I'll talk as I am now. I'm walking as I do. And I think that's the key, is to film as much as you can, not worry about the outcome. If you can really if you can let go that everything has to be very special and click worthy and potentially viral, that is a good place to be in, because that means you can pick the camera up every single day, regardless of what you're doing or how you're feeling, and you can film something. That's why I think daily vlogs, they might not have a lot of substance, daily vlogs, but they do help with you being very disciplined and consistent with your craft. And people slate daily vlogs. I personally do daily vlogs because I feel the need to have a purpose and accomplish something towards the end of the day. But it also helps you to build an audience with people. Like daily vlogs, you can get a lot of content out. You can bring a lot of people in, and it's fun. I like to wake up in the morning with a mission, and without that, I kind of enter this vacant, hollow space in my life, and it's not a good feeling. I think to live a good life, live it with drive, live it with passion, and live it with purpose. And at the moment, you guys are giving me that purpose, so I'm super grateful for it. So, Ricky, again, mate, sorry for the long-winded question, is consistency, if I was to answer it with one word. Mike Irish, what's going on, mate? Also, guys, can you just, I really want to know where everyone is watching from, not calling. So can you just type in the chat? That would be awesome. Also, can you stop, Sunhib19, can you stop spamming the chat? Yes, I'm in the UK, mate, in Wales. You've asked like 16 times. All right. Okay, let's get back to the questions. Okay. So, Mike Irish, would you consider van life? I have a roof every night, but travel. But yeah, I think, I would try everything once. Chrissy Boy will try anything once, mate. That goes for a wide aspect of topics. Yeah, sometimes I would, I have thought about kind of just getting a van and just kind of going off vanning. But then I like to kind of be really flexible with countries. But again, I really like the idea of going hiking and camping. And that's what I'm going to be doing in Scotland. It's not necessarily that I want to build this channel on just traveling. I want to have a wide range of stuff. It's kind of whatever Chrissy Boy wants to do, the camera is going to follow me, and then you are going to see the outcome of that. So van life would be cool. I'd be well up for trying it for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever it is. If I can film it, I will try it. And that means you guys can also experience it. So there's kind of like a 3-date thing going on with the camera, with myself, and with you guys, right? Like a threesome, but a clean threesome. Is YouTube going to take that down for that comment? Maybe. Travels with Ahana. You are from West Yorkshire in the UK. That's awesome. And I hope my answer earlier helped you in some way, shape, or form. Apologies if it wasn't what you were looking to hear. Pizza Pony, PA. What is going on? Thank you so much for watching. You have said, me and my mum love watching your videos. She thinks you're really handsome. Much love from IOW. IOW, is that Iowa? Because in your YouTube name, you've got Pizza Pony PA. So is that not Philadelphia? Confirm in the comments so I can fist bump you guys. Actually, take a fist bump anyway. And thank you so much for watching. That's amazing. Like, I really I'm hugely grateful for every pair of eyes that watch me, because I don't know, like I'm just your average guy from Wales, and I'm sure that everybody on the chat, you and I could go for a walk around the countryside of Wales. We could have a coffee together, and we'd be like best mates after 2 minutes. And it's really nice to know that people like, normal, casual Chrissy Boy. So thank you so much. No, I'm not as handsome with this beard at the moment, am I? No, I'm not. No, I know. I need to shave this off. Yeah, but at the moment I'm warm, so I'm keeping warm in Wales with a beard. But Pizza Pony, thank you so much, and send my hello and fist bumps to your mum. And yeah, I hope that the next batch of videos will be as interesting as the ones that have been. So thank you. Mohsin Ali, you should watch your own videos and the macho rough behavior as well. I'm not sure what that means, but I don't watch my videos back because I'm too focused on the next ones. And as far as macho behavior, I'm not sure that I demonstrate that in my videos. I hope not. But sometimes maybe, especially when I've been on the beers. And if you haven't watched that crazy vlog in Hong Kong, which probably demonstrates some of that macho behavior you're talking about, blame the Hong Kong beers. Don't blame Chrissy Boy, even though, of course, I am to blame. So, yeah, Travels with Rohana, UK, West Yorkshire. Love your videos. You're very funny. Thank you very much. I'm also very funny looking, I think. So I guess that's a double positive. Dan G, what is going on? We are slowly, guys, slowly but surely getting through these comments, and it's awesome. And okay, so big hello from Vancouver, Canada. My wife and I enjoy your videos. You remind me of my youth. That's really kind and encouraging to keep making videos. I really appreciate it. Say hello to your wife from me, Dan, mate. And I hope to explore Canada at some point. I've actually got family. Maybe I will botch this pronunciation in Saskatchewan. I've got family in Saskatchewan. Yeah, so that would be amazing. Maybe one day you can come on, Chris. Don't lose it now, mate. You've been doing well. Don't lose it now. You can show off to me the Canadian beers. I would like that very much. What part of Canada? Oh, from Vancouver. Sorry. Amazing. Thank you so much for watching, for your time and your patience in dealing with this guy. LGP asks, are you financially independent? Am I financially independent? Yes. I mean, now, okay. So this is a tough one, right? Because when I'm in Thailand and other cheap countries, I am financially independent. I am flexible until maybe the last 5 to 7 days of the month where, yes, I am struggling. I just have to like drink bottles of water and eat ramen. Like that's okay. But when I come back here, I'll be completely honest. When I'm back in the UK, there is no way that I could afford rent or my own place back in Wales or any part of the UK as it stands with my finances now. You know, YouTube pays me just around £350 to £400 a month at the moment. That's for its current standing with my income. You know, when I come back here, I have to stay with family. There is no doubt about it. I couldn't rent an apartment. I couldn't stay in Airbnb. I certainly couldn't stay in hotels. So I have to stay in, one of my family's cottages. And I have to maybe go and sleep in the spare bedroom of one of my family members' house. So to say that I'm completely financially independent all the time would be a lie. No, I'm not, because that means I would pay for the place that I'm staying now, which I am not. I am fortunate enough to not be able to not pay for this place, which is free because it's through family. So I would take that as saying that I'm not financially independent. Otherwise, I would be in my own apartment back in Wales in between travels. But when I'm traveling to the likes of Pakistan and Thailand and Indonesia, as I have been, yes, I can just about scrape by on the money that I make. And also, some people have been sending me donations through super chats on YouTube, which has helped even more, and also through PayPal, which has been really helpful to just, buy a few extra meals and stay in a little nicer place if I'm on the road. So those sort of things really add up. But to say I'm completely financially independent at the moment, no, I'm not. When I'm traveling to certain places, yes, I am. So Jordan T, what is going on, mate? Where are you watching from, brother? You are a avid commenter on the videos, and I appreciate it. I always smile when you comment, so I'd like to know where you're from. Jordan T, big shout out, mate. Travels with Rahana. I will check out your channel after this also. Sorry, I am yet to check out your travels with Rahana. How do you manage with not washing your clothes? This pains me. This whole thing pains me with the clothes. How do you manage with not washing your clothes regularly, and how much clothing do you carry in your rucksack? Right. Okay, so two-part question. The washing of clothes when you're traveling and you're not stationed in a particular place for more than 2 or 3 days is an absolute ball ache, huge nightmare. Like, as disgusting as it sounds, sometimes I'm in gym clothes for 3 or 4, sometimes 5 times. I know that's gross. I know it's gross. And in between them, sometimes I will wash clothes in like the shower with like shower gel. And then I will dry them on the rack or outside on the window and let the sun dry them. But mate, to go to the laundrette like every other day when you're traveling is such a nightmare, especially when you're traveling as light as I am and as I do. I only travel with a few pairs of clothes, 2 socks, 2 pairs of boxers, 1 t-shirt, 1 vest. I only brought this last time because I knew that I was going to come back to the UK and I would be cold. 1 hat, 1 pair of shorts, 1 trousers. So all of that fits snugly into the backpack. It is just a complete headache that, this is where being on the road and traveling, this is where it loses its glitz and glamour, because sometimes you smell it, mate. You've got your BO going and like you're thinking, crikey, can the person on the bus next door smell my trainers right now? Because I can, I tell you that now. So, if I'm traveling in one country for a month, it's not too bad. But if I'm doing several countries and several different places within those countries, then the washing thing it's hard work. It's really hard work. Most of the time, I'll do a few washes in a laundrette, especially in Thailand because it's so convenient. But I've got to be honest, a lot of the time I'm washing my clothes in the shower with a load of shower gel, and then I'm hanging them out to dry with the blazing sun in the hot country that I'm in. That's the reality. And how much clothing do you carry in your backpack? Like I just said, around 2 pairs of everything. And then when they start to rip and get too smelly, I will chuck them and then buy super cheap clothes to replace them. Sahib 19. Chrissy Boy, are you in the UK right now or are you traveling? I am stationed in Wales in the United Kingdom in one of my family members' cottages, which I have all to myself. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. So I am back home where I grew up 34 years ago. Believe this face or not. Yeah, and I'll be here for a month, 6 weeks before I get back on the road. So Jordan T asks, do you live on your own or with family? So I live in like this, like the countryside. So I pretty much live smack bang in the middle of a field, a pretty big field that has a driveway up to the cottage and the main house. So I, at the moment, am independent in one of the cottages, and then my family live in the nearby house. So yeah, so I've got family members dotted around, and then other friends in a nearby town. And for those people who know my best friend, Duncan, make sure you go and follow his YouTube channel, which is Curly Kid Life. He has just surpassed 1 billion views on his YouTube channel, which is absolutely like ludicrous, insane. 1 billion views, Curly Kid Life. Go and check it out. So he is in Bangkok right now. That's who I've spent the last month in Thailand with. And when we're together, boy, oh boy, do we just lose the plot. We have such great fun. And we are just like wild lads again, mate. It's a good crack. So yeah, mate, he's like my main best friend. And then my brother also is a huge mate of mine, also my best mate. So he is up in England. But I speak to him like 10 times a day, every day. So family here, friends close by town, and then really good friends pretty far away. But a really powerful quote that I heard many years ago was, friendship isn't based on proximity. And I think that's really powerful. That kind of stopped me in my tracks, because I have a really good friend in New Orleans. I have a really good friend in Edinburgh, and Duncan's in Bangkok. My brother is up in England. And as long as you're connecting, and you're connecting in a good, deep, warm way with those people, they don't necessarily have to be sat beside you to form a very special connection and bond. So hold on to that quote. If you're kind of on your own a lot, there's not many people around you, even if you're friends and family, you don't see them often, but you speak to them often, be that on WhatsApp or phone call or video call, just know that friendship is not based on proximity. Okay, so that's really helped me in the past. Renzo asks, would you ever travel with viewers, etc.? Renzo, would you ever travel with viewers, etc.? And by that, I presume you mean you guys, subscribers, which are also, you're my mates. You're my mates. That's what you are. Yeah, I would. I would definitely consider that. I think that would be cool. Maybe that's something I can set up in the future for when funds are more available. And, if I was to, bring a subscriber, one of you guys, my mates, with me to, say, another country, I would not expect you to pay for that. I want to be in a position where I can openly and honestly say, I will book your flight ticket, I will book your bus or train ticket, I will book your hotel for a week, I will give you spending money. I don't want you to worry about a thing. If that's going to happen and I invite someone or a group of people to travel with me, it is going to be at my expense and happily. So until I'm in the financial position to do that, I won't be traveling with subscribers. I will just be solo or with a friend. But yeah, if I'm going to bring someone along, in terms of you guys, I am 100% going to be paying for that. And you can recall this moment for the future when that happens. Ryan asks, also Renzo, thank you so much. That was a really cool question. Ryan asks, Chrissy Boy, the thing I like most about your vlogs is that they are raw. You show everything and you don't edit anything out, even if it means it shows your most vulnerable moments. That is unique. Thank you very much. I am very aware to how that is. And, it's not an easy thing to do. Again, Ryan, if you're here, that was awesome to say. Thank you. You have these moments where you are very vulnerable as a creator, and you can either cut out, because we have this at our leisure to cut out, because we are the editors. We can just cross something out as easy as this when it comes to editing, right? We can just go and off it goes, out it goes. It's not in the final cut. And, as you've said, sometimes it does leave you vulnerable. But I always think that those real and raw moments are the best. Like, people will appreciate that. You can see through the BS. If I was to cut everything, you will see, like, right, Chris is avoiding this for this reason. Like, you lose the trust aspect. I think this is why I want to do more lives. I would like to, get a good phone and do more lives in countries, because I can show you without the snippets and the cuts and the outtakes what it's really like in between, when the silence hits, when the awkward moment hits. The only reason I don't make my vlogs 3-4 hours long is because there is so much, in my opinion, dull moments in the day, or moments in the evening, or anything else that comes with just like a monotonous gap of time where I think people will drop off. But when it comes to lives, such as I would like to do more YouTube lives in countries, that will show everything in true light, in real authentic detail. And I think really my path, my trajectory as a YouTuber, as a content creator, is to go down that route even further, explore the depths of what I can do with an uncut version of my travels. And I think you guys would have a totally different experience with that. And I think you'd really appreciate it, as Ryan does. So Ryan, thank you so much once again. That's an awesome acknowledgement for me and compliment. So thank you so much. Mad Monkey just gives a whoop, 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 whoop to you, brother. Give me a double fist bump. One. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Mad Monkey Hostels. Dan G asks again, Vancouver, Canada. I remember. What was the most affordable country of your travels? All right, this is a good question. So, Pakistan. Pakistan was incredible. I traveled there for 3.5 weeks. I started in the south of Karachi, which is their previous capital. And now it's Islamabad for anybody that knows the history of Pakistan. So I started out in Karachi. And then I moved over to Peshawar, which is the city that borders Afghanistan. And then I cut back inland to Islamabad before then going up to the northern regions of Pakistan of Skardu. So all of this took, sorry, that's not it. After Skardu, I then went back to Lahore and then back down to Karachi to catch my flight out of Pakistan. So I was there for just over 3 weeks. And because of the tremendous hospitality and, of course, the affordable prices that the country holds, I was able to spend no more than about £300 in that month. And I had some amazing encounters with people, and there was one in particular that wouldn't allow me to buy my flight, my actual flight from Islamabad to Skardu, like paying for the flight for me to go and experience the northern regions. And that sort of hospitality without any expectation of giving back, like, or, you know, it hit so hard that I'd never experienced hospitality like that in my life before. And it was those moments, which were countless, to do with accommodation, food, transport, where I just wasn't able to pay for things. And it allowed me to travel very well and very cheaply for the duration of my time there. So I have to say, as recent as my memory calls, that Pakistan has been the most affordable. And that is due to the hospitality and kindness shown there during my 3 weeks of travel. So thank you so much for the question again, Danji. Second to that would probably be India. And then also, I can always recall back to when I was in Hanoi in Vietnam, and I went to like the corner shop. And I know this doesn't like total up Vietnam being cheap, even though it is. But I remember buying like an ice cream, a bottle of water, a bottle of coconut water, 2 bags of crisps, a chocolate bar, and I think I bought a pack of cigarettes for someone. And that was like, mate, it was like a couple of quid, like $3 or $4 US. And I was like, how is this so cheap? So people have said that Vietnam is like up there with one of the cheapest countries. I personally need to explore it more to see that. But yeah, I would say Pakistan, India, that was there 6 months ago for a month, and then Vietnam. But yeah. Jordan T, North America, brother. That's awesome. Whereabouts in North America? Whereabouts? That's interesting. LGP asks a great question. This is a great question. Are you chat GBT in these questions or what, mates? These are great questions. LGP asks, is it feasible to have a partner with your lifestyle? And I presume you mean by a partner, a missus, or AKA a girlfriend, a bird mate. It's a tough one. I've been in some, I would say, semi-serious relationships in the past when I wasn't traveling. You know, one was 2.5 years, another one was 1.5 years, not like huge amounts of time. But I would say I am very, very, very independent. I love my own company. I love my own space. I don't like sharing a bed unless it's for 15 minutes. Oh, Chris, you're on live. See, this is why you can't do a live, mate, because you're just going to be an absolute idiot. Go back to your question. Focus, LGP. Is it feasible to have a partner with your lifestyle? Yes, I would say it is, but everything needs to be very well coordinated. Trust needs to be there, and also respect of each other's time. And honoring the fact that one of us, being me in this example, is going to be away for 6, 7, 8 months of the year. Probably, let's say, the latter amount, which is 8 or 9 months of the year, right? So it would be a long distance relationship for the most part. And if that girl comes along and everything is right and it feels right, and I have confidence in my heart that it's going to go well, maybe I will consider that. But for now, I love my own space. I love my own comforts. And, for me personally, I'm very social. So I like to meet different people. Let's put it that way, right? But yes, in short, I do think it is possible to have a partner. Will it be a little more difficult than your traditional relationship? Absolutely, at least in my opinion. Maybe I should try it out in the next few months. What do you reckon? Should I go on Tinder? I'll put my description, my wants, my needs, my desires. I'll put my pretty face like this. Boop, and then I will try and get a bird to hang out with for the next 6 months and test your question, LGP. What are you saying, mate? Barney's World. What's going on, mate? Hope you're well. Where are you? Whoa, we've got some questions coming in. This is awesome. This is awesome. And I tell you what, this is my promise to you. Right now, tonight, Chrissy Boy isn't sleeping until every single one of these questions is answered. How about that? Is that worth 1 fist bump or 2 fist bumps? Well, just get on with it then, Chris. And maybe you can finish this faster. Barney's World asks, what was your overall experience in Skardu in Pakistan? How are the people? Amazing. Like, I had an amazing experience. If you go onto my YouTube channel and look at posts, go into posts, scroll down, you will see some of the posts that I've wrote about Skardu in Pakistan and the people and everything. Like, I had severe travel blues after leaving Pakistan. I left Pakistan because my brother Nick and we do one big adventure trip together every year. And this year, unfortunately, because it wasn't that great, Nick agrees, was Indonesia. We actually, going from Pakistan to Bali is just not a good contrast. So I had major travel blues after leaving Pakistan. And one of the last places that I was in Skardu in the northern region. And it was absolutely superb. And I've got 3 or 4 videos from Skardu on the channel if you were to scroll down or simply look at the Pakistan playlist. So Barney's World, to answer your question, the place was spot on. The people are also spot on. Mohsin Ali just says, boo! Halloween's gone, mate, but I'll boo you too. I mean, boo is in like, yo, bro, what's going on? Like, not boo or, what's going on, mate? Mohsin Ali, thanks for being here. Boo again. Ryan from Australia, mate. That's awesome. That is awesome. If you're still on the chat, I'm not sure if you know, but I was in Australia like 6 weeks ago. I was in Perth, and people also asked, Chrissy Boy, you say you got no money, mate. How did you afford to go to Australia for 3.5 weeks? You tell me that. And that is simply because I've got friends in Australia. Thank goodness. Otherwise, it simply wouldn't have been possible. So I would just like to say, first and foremost, a huge shout out to Lawrence and Gabby for having me, and also to Jan and Bob. And as a side shout out, Talitha, what is going on, girl? I hope you're good. And I look forward to seeing you again when I return to Australia in 2026. And I'm even considering to get in a 1-year visa there I'm not sure how right now, but your boy will figure it out, to maybe stay in Australia for a year, travel around, and also to visit those surrounding countries such as Papua New Guinea, Fiji, those sort of places, New Zealand. So I don't know, the future is unwritten for all of our lives. That's why I think having these plans, be them grandiose or not so much, is a good thing, because it keeps you alive, it keeps you on your toes. And yeah, mate, it's good. Anyway, I wouldn't have been able to go to Australia if it wasn't for having friends over there, because they were kind enough to put me up, set me up in my own little den of camp, and also feed me. So It's the people that make it, also the place, but the people more so. So thank you so much. Ryan, yes. What part of Australia are you in, brother? Maybe I can come and stay at your place next year. Nerd simply says, yo, back to you, nerd. I hope you're good, mate. And LGP comes up with another question. This is cool. Isn't your position in the algorithm of YouTube going to be messed up once you stop daily vlogging for a while? By the way, greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings from Wales, mate. How is the weather in Netherlands right now? Of course, I was in Denmark a few days ago, and it was absolutely horrendous. It was cold, it was dark, it was gloomy. It reminded me of the countryside here in Wales. So I hope that the Netherlands is a little better. In terms of uploads for YouTube, I'm still going to be uploading. I'm going to try and do some sort of video every day. I would like to, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I have many travel stories, some funny, some weird, some upsetting, some dangerous, that I haven't told on the channel before. I've got a bunch of those stories, and I think what would be cool is telling one of those stories every day for the next 10 days, something like that. One, for example, was when I was hospitalized in Guatemala for having dengue fever. Another one was jumping off a bridge in Italy drunk and almost hitting a concrete block that was sticking up from the water. These sort of things are like crazy, dangerous, funny, weird, ludicrous, and they're stories that I haven't told on the channel. I think you would really be both shocked and entertained by me telling them, if my storytelling is of good service, of course, that is. So let me know if you think that's a good idea and you would like to hear some of those stories, and I will write those stories down on a little pad of paper, and I will get to the telling of them over the next 10 days. And I could do one story a day for 7 to 10 days or whatever it is. So I will still be uploading. It doesn't mean, my job, if you were to say, is a content creator. It doesn't mean just because I'm back home in Wales that I don't do any work. Like, that is not how Chrissy Boy functions. I literally could not sit, as nice as they are, on those sofas, that sofa right there, all day long, right, watching Netflix with my hands down my pants, licking Dorito dust off my fingers all day long. I just can't do that. I've got to create some sort of content. I've got to jump on and say hello to you guys, answer these questions. I have to create some YouTube shorts. I have to do something. Otherwise, I go to bed each night and I feel that hollow feeling that I don't like. So in short, I'm maybe not going to be uploading every single day, but you'll definitely see some activity on the channel every day, be that a live, be that a short, be that a post, or be that a long form video. So yeah. And again, I hope Netherlands is good, LGP brother. Nerd, are you home yet? Yes. This is where I'm living now in the UK, down in Wales, in a place called Pembrokeshire. If you don't know where that is, type in Pembrokeshire on the map and you'll see the coastline. And I'm pretty much I'm on the coast. Ricky from London, mate, that's awesome. I'll have to catch a beer sometime. I haven't had a beer back in the UK for about 4 months now. And I'm definitely going to be sober when I'm back here because, mate, when you're traveling, beers are just all over the shop. So yeah, I hope London's good, Ricks. And you've asked another question. Have you been able to date whilst on travels? Which country was the best for this? Cool question. I like that. Have I been able to date whilst I'm on travels? So I've got a little bit of a sticky relationship with dating in terms of, I love to meet women when I'm traveling in terms of like spur of the moment, meet them. So I want to meet a girl at a bar. I want to meet a girl when I'm out, buying a new pair of trainers. I want to meet a girl if I accidentally bump into her and spill her coffee all over a beautiful new white dress. I want to meet a girl that way. But unfortunately, in the world and times we're living in now, it's not that easy. If you were to go up to a girl or a guy and say, hello, I think you're absolutely drop dead beautiful. Are you single? And if they were to say no, you have given them a compliment anyway. And at least then that loop is closed. You can get on with your day knowing that you've asked the question. But I think in our day and age, it's very kind of off-putting for someone to receive that question as, can I have your number, or are you single? And I think people are being labeled, I won't go into this too much, but as creeps, right? I think people think you're creepy if you do that. I've done that a few times, and I think it's a great way to go. The two responses you're going to get is either one, acceptance, you're going to get a phone number and then potentially a date, or the other one is rejection, right? That's the way that I look at it. I don't look at it as it's creepy, but sometimes when you have these moments and I haven't met a bird, maybe I'm going to jump on the likes of a dating app, be that Bumble, Tinder, whatever it is, whatever your jam is, mate. And I've done that a lot. And at least then with the likes of dating apps, you can clearly state your intentions. Casual, little fling, long term, maybe you just want a coffee. So it has been kind of ebb and flow for me in the dating world. And when I'm traveling, I like to tell a girl firsthand that I'm not going to be around, maybe tomorrow. So if you want to enjoy the day, that's happy days. We can enjoy the day together, but I am actually leaving tomorrow. Usually it works if the girl's kind of in the same position and she understands where I'm coming from. Sometimes it doesn't. It just means that you're a F-boy and, that's it. So it's kind of hit and miss, mate, if I'm honest. And it depends if I'm clean shaven and I'm in shape and I haven't put on too much body fat, then your boy is going to win all day long. I tell you that now. No, I'm joking. But I try not to focus on, dating when I'm actually, is that a lie? No, it's not a lie. Sometimes, you can get caught in the opposite sex, right? You can get caught in it. And I've just got to be aware enough sometimes to know that I'm traveling. There's nothing too much can stem from this in terms of a serious relationship. Not that I want to. I've just got to focus on myself, my travels, my content, and hopefully giving you guys a good experience of where I am and what I'm doing around the world. So, yeah, I would say the best country is no country. There is, there's women and guys everywhere who are single and wanting to date. So there's no best country for it. Maybe there's a country of your preference, of the type of people you like, such as, you might like Thai women or Thai guys. You might like Brazil women or Brazil guys, Colombianas, whatever it is, or English people, European girls, European guys. Those are the best places you go for the people you like. But, yeah. Richard Bicker asks, what's your net worth and how much is in your pension? Right, I'm going to show you my net worth, right? So look. All right, mate. Can you hear me or what? I'm going to, Richard, while you're waiting, mate, can you just tell me where you're watching from? My net worth. All right. Now, you have to believe me when I say that I've got no cash, okay? Like, I haven't even got a wallet, by the way. For any money that I keep, I kind of keep it in my trousers or my passport holder. Okay, let me show you how much money I've got. This is my Monzo account, and I haven't checked this for a while. This is literally the most money that I've got. Right, okay. Right, this is not only my net worth, but everything that I pretty much have. No, not pretty much. This is it. Can you see that? There it is. That is £46.29. 46 macaroonies, mate. That's what I have to my name right now. And it is actually a good job that I'm back in Wales, because otherwise, this is my other account, by the way. So that first account was Monzo. The second account is Revolut. So let's see what I've got in here. Zero. That's not fun. So I've got 0 accounts. So I've got like 46 quid to my name, mate. But I don't spend money when I'm back here. Like, I buy some tins of tuna. I cook up a huge amount of rice. I eat a lot of bread and cheap sausages. I eat some frozen vegetables, and I drink water and drink really cheap instant coffee. So, mate, you won't really think it's doable, but I could live now on 46 quid being back here for weeks. And then YouTube will obviously pay me in a few weeks, and that will enable me then to maybe go to Morocco and also to Scotland, which is my plan for December. So I live on very slim amount. I live on a very slim amount of money most of the time. I very rarely actually have like a lot of money, and that's okay for now, because in the future when the YouTube channel goes kaboom and I'm like, ooh, mate, it's all gonna be worth it. But I don't focus on the money. Just like it's not a thing. It's fine. Like it's fine. Like that's not having little money doesn't change my my mood. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm not sure who asked that, but that was a good question. And the dating question from Ricky, that was also really good. Travels from Rahana, you're back. How on earth did you manage to hike with a camera in your hand? I'm from West Yorkshire, England. Can you do a demo, please? How can you hike? Travels with Rana, can you expand on that? How on earth did you manage to hike with a camera in your hand? Are you referring to the Indonesian vlog by any chance, where I hiked that that massive mountain? That would be interesting, because if so, I know the terrain is like this, right? It's all like rocky, and there's parts like this, and then you go here, and then anyway, so it's rock and dirt. So this is simply how I'll do it. Right, I'm going to take these out for a second so you can't hear me. So I'm going to demonstrate, all right? This attaches here like this, okay? So, okay. All right. Yep. On to the next one. This. Okay. That's me hiking. That's it. Oh, mate, that's funny. Eh? So, Travels with Hannah, if that is the answer that you were looking for, I have the GoPro handle, the GoPro sitting on top, and then I have that on my right hand, and I hike with my legs, and I use my left hand to kind of get up the rocks and steep surfaces like that. And then if I'm going to do those shots where I'm like walking past the camera, well, you just set the camera up on a piece of dirt, ground, walk past the camera, come back, turn it off, and there's your shot, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's really easy, actually. The hardest thing is actually talking when I'm so out of breath when I'm hiking. So also, Richard Bicker, sorry, mate. Going back to your question, what's your net worth? 46 quid and 29 pence. And how much is in your pension? Absolutely nothing. I've got no savings at all. Like zero. The only thing I've got is like, you know, you have the natural inheritance of your parents, right? And I'm not sure as it stands how much that is. You know, I haven't asked. It's not something I ask. But I know I've got an inheritance. I haven't got any pension. But yeah. Someone asked after Richard Bicker, if you look in the comments, it said, I read your bio. You said you had millions of pounds. What happened with that? For those, I'm actually going to be doing a podcast with someone in China very soon who wants to dive into this and maybe some other detail of my past. I, in short, opened up an online business several years ago, made a bunch of money selling my own branded sports supplements and coffee. And then I lost it all due to immaturity and inexperience with finances. And it all went down the drain. The stuff that I bought in terms of material possessions, for example, the BMW i8 supercar, which was awesome, got repossessed. And then pretty much the business shut down. And that's when I moved obsessively into training and coaching CrossFit, a fitness that many of you may know. Yeah, so that's what happened there in short, in very short. Mahosin Ali says again, boo! Nula Mulani says, you better sell that TV behind you to bring in a few quid, mate. You know what? I was thinking the same. I think that's like mate, it's got to be a 60-inch, right? It's got to be a 60-inch. It's a good size anyway. That's what she said, eh? Oh, mate. Yeah, so nerd, I sent you a little $1 on YouTube. Hopefully you got a beer or two with it. Oh, mate, I really appreciate that. My apologies. I still need to go through the donations that people have sent me. I'm super sorry that I haven't done that yet, and thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you. At the moment, I won't be spending that on a beer, but I will be spending it maybe on a takeaway pizza in about a week from now when the payday comes. So thank you so much, nerd, for that. I will go back through those comments and donations and thank you accordingly. I just need to do it. As you know, sometimes you just need to do things, but you don't for no reason at all. So I need to do that thing. So Darcy T, what is up? Chrissy Boy, what is up? Darcy T, I hope you're good. I hope life is good. You're happy, you're healthy, you're fit, and you're enjoying life. Yes, that's what I hope you are. Darcy T, what is up? To whatever and beyond. Also, guys, we are retaining you absolute legends on this chat. So that speaks volumes that you're enjoying it, which is amazing because I'm really I'm enjoying it too. So big up to us, mate. Big up to us, eh? 4th November at whatever time it is. Actually, we can check what time it is now. There it is. That's the time. Monday, 11:15. 3rd of November. I thought it was 4th. My laptop's on Thailand zone. It's the 3rd of November and it's 13 degrees outside. And this is for those people asking about my YouTube of like how you grow it. That is the quote right there of what enables me to, or at least helps me to do so on a basis. Consistency looks like nothing is happening until everything changes. And that's, again, why I don't mind suffering with no money at the moment, because in the future, I know that everything is going to change. You stay consistent, you build on your craft, and something you have to believe will happen. You have to manifest it. You have to keep going, ignore all the judgments and all the BS that comes along the way, and keep striving for the dreams that you want to achieve. And damn right, you will achieve them, baby. What's in the flask? To whatever and beyond. This, without spilling it, is just water and some like fake ice. Jeez, I knew that was going to happen. That is just, have I got it on the laptop? Yeah, I have. That's right. Okay. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, mate. So that's just water and some ice cubes. Water, mate. Always chugging water and coffee, of course. Let me know in the chat who's coffee obsessed and who's tea obsessed. Mate, I am from Wales, like UK, like British tea is like the number one thing. Tea and biscuits. Your boy has drunk less than 5 cups of tea, believe it or not, in his entire life. And I'm 34 years young now. I'm just a coffee holic all the way, mad all the way through, mate. So drop a comment in the chat. Are you a tea crazy person, or are you coffee, or are you neither? So yeah, it's just water in the flask to answer your question, mate. You're missing out on the banter, Timmy says. Timmy, what's going on, mate? Where you messaging from? Brother. Timmy, you're missing out on banter with Dot Cotton avoiding laundrettes. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. I mean, I do slightly, but I think I get where you're coming from. Yeah, I know. I just like the whole process of washing clothes. Well, I'm a bloke, and so for one, it's just annoying. And I don't like waiting around for clothes to dry. I just prefer to chuck them like in the shower, have a little nap, wait for them to dry outside, and then be sweet, mate, you know? To whatever and beyond says, you've been to jail, haven't you? Noodles and washing your boxes with that Link shower gel. Mate, the Link shower gel, the Africa one. Yeah. But no jail time for Chrissy just yet, mate. Should collab. Darcy says you should collab with Kyan Fit. Who is Kyan Fit? Let me have a look. Darcy, you should collab with Kyan Fit. Who be Kyan Fit? Kyan Fit. Mate, this guy's shredded. Who is this? Kyan Fit. Chasing the best version of yourself. This guy. Mate, he is absolutely diced up, isn't he? Shredded, mate. But nah, he's in the fitness game, isn't he? Maybe if he wants to come and do some push-ups in Pakistan or something, that'd be cool. Mark Volvo. What's going on, mate? Have you paid Duncan back for the laptop yet? No, not yet. We've got a friendship deal. What else? Raja, what is your biggest... Raja, what's going on? It's been a while since you commented, eh? I hope you're good. Raja, I'm just going down to your question. Sorry, I've just lost it, Raja. I hope you're good. Where are you messaging from? Because I can remember the last series of daily vlogs in Thailand. You were all over the comments, which is amazing. I haven't seen you in a while, so I hope you're good. What is your biggest fear traveling solo? Raja asks. Biggest fear traveling solo. I have to say that nothing really springs to mind. I love solo traveling. Like, I love my mates. I love my brother and Duncan, who I travel with. But even those guys will say that solo traveling is like numero uno. So in terms of fear, biggest fear solo traveling, mate, is my biggest fear, if you want to call it a fear or an anxiety, is leaving a country knowing that I didn't visit a certain place in that country that I said I would. And that's the sort of regret. Did I have a regret last time in some of the countries? No, not really. But yeah, it's like I don't want to leave a country knowing that I have to fly very, very far away and having not visited a certain special or not so special place in that country. So it's not so much a fear, but a regret that I have had several times, you could say. But I will return to those places and I will see them in the future. But in terms of like fear, another one would be like when I haven't got much money. So say the GoPro that I use to film is like £200, $250. Like I don't fear, right? As stupid as this sounds, I don't fear harm in terms of myself getting like mugged, like beaten up or whatever. My fear, if you want to say, is like someone stealing my camera out of my pocket, being like robbed and like someone taking my camera. Like without my camera, I'm pretty much just, traveling normally. And for me to keep the uptake of this channel and the trajectory of where I want to take it, I always need that camera. Take my phone, take my wallet, beat me up a little bit if you want, but please don't take my camera. That's kind of the fear then that I'd have. That sounds really stupid, doesn't it? Oh, what is it? That's cool. Travels with Rohana said, loved watching your brother in Indonesia. He had such a dry sense of humor. I loved him. Any more with him in the future? Yeah, he is actually coming down to visit me on the 11th of November. And Nick and I are really big eaters. So we're probably going to do like a full day of eating or like a 20,000 calorie challenge around Wales. Something like fun and brotherly. So yeah, mate, he is funny. He is. Nicky Boy's good laugh, mate. Yes. So thank you for that, Charles Rahana. I'll pass that on to Nick, that compliment. That's awesome. Mix, yo, Chrissy Boy, hope all is good. Yo, Mix, hope all is good in your world, brother. That's awesome. Because someone said that I'm tired. I'm a little tired. Though I slept like 18 hours, mate. I BS you not. I slept 18 hours straight when I arrived back from Copenhagen the other day. I slept 18 hours unblinking broken, mate. It was insane. I thought I was in like a different world when I woke up. I didn't know what the F was going on, mate. I tell you that now, yeah. LGP, what's going on again? I'm glad you're still here. This is awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's triple, double, fantastic, 100 times awesome. In a short time, LGP asks, in a short time, you become my favorite travel YouTuber. Always thought the travel vlogger market is saturated, but everyone does one city, country in another way. Love your energy and positivity, bro. Thank you so much. That's awesome to hear. And yeah, hopefully I can keep on doing my thing and keeping you entertained and bringing the good vibes and value. Look at this. This just popped up my phone. My phone has never, ever done that before. And that's just happened. Is that weird? Look at that. I have never, ever seen my phone do that. What is that? Uncover your element. Discover which of the 4 elements your zodiac signs belong to. Mate, I've had this phone for like 2 years. That is honestly the first time that has ever done that. I'm a Leo for any zodiac signs, but I don't know anything about that. So anyway, mate, LGP, thank you so much. Big love, mate. Big fist bump to you. That's awesome. And I'm going to continue doing these lives just because we get to know each other better, and there's no edits being done or stuff being taken out. So I think it's very real, and we have a good back and forth with each other. So yeah. 888 Jinxie, what is going on? I know if you're at the bottom of the comments so far, we are getting to them, aren't we, guys? We are getting to them. 888 Jinxie asked, or says, sorry. Also, let me know where you're from. Sorry, Chris, don't get ahead of yourself. 888 Jinxie, been following you for quite a while now. You say it how it is, and your vlogs are not just interesting, but gives us a wider perspective of destinations. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I'm super grateful for your time, your energy, and as I always say, your patience in dealing with me, because I know at sometimes I can be a little erratic and OTT and let my energy get the best of me. So I really appreciate you hanging on in there and following along for the journeys. And if you have any recommendations of countries or places you'd like me to go and visit and have a laugh in, please do let me know, and I'll take them into consideration. So 888 Jinxie, or should I say 888 Jinxie, which would be easier. Thank you so much. I acknowledge it, and I'm grateful for your time. Appreciate you. Freeway Freddy, you look like a Pakistani with that facial hair. Man, I know, look. I can't get it to grow anywhere else. Look. Like, I took this off the other day because I had a bird round. See? These lives, they're a bad idea for me. But this part just keeps growing all the time. It keeps me warm in the winter here. Okay. Freeway Freddy, I hope you're good also. Thank you for that. Ryan, what's going on, mate? I found your channel through Marco. I presume Marco roams when he was in Pakistan. Yeah, mate. Me and Marco, we actually met in Karachi in... Sorry, it's disgusting, I know. I think I've got a little booger there. Or maybe it's just a nose hair. I think it's just a nose hair. Anyway, stop it, Chris. Okay. Yeah, Marco and I met in Karachi in Pakistan. That's like the first time we met. Coincidentally, we were just in Pakistan at the same time. And we thought like we'd been back and forth a little bit on Instagram, just saying like, yo, bro, what's up? We should catch a beer sometime. And then we met in Karachi. And we did a little fun collab video together there. So thank you so much for coming over and watching my stuff, Ryan. That's awesome. I appreciate it, brother. Marco's also an amazing guy. For those people who don't know him, I've spent much time with him behind the screen of the vlogs. Most recently in the northern parts of Thailand, up in Chiang Mai. And mate, he's a real good guy, and he's very helpful. And I'd consider him an extremely good friend, especially after some of the help that he showed me last time in Chiang Mai. So yeah, Marco Romes deserves some time on screen, mate. Cheap Charlie Chronicles, good luck on your future travels. India is very cheap too. Charlie, mate, if my memory serves correctly, you sent me a donation maybe a week or a few weeks ago. Again, as I said to someone earlier, I apologize that I haven't got round to replying to those comments and donations. I really do appreciate it. They have helped and will continue to help as time passes. So Cheap Charlie Chronicles, you're another one who sent the donations who I am yet to say thank you for, but I hope you accept my apology in the lateness of doing so. And this is my thank you to you. And I will get back to those comments as soon as I can, or as soon as I will. I'll just get back. It's no excuse. I will. I'll message you soon. So thank you so much. Also, Cheap Charlie, where are you watching and commenting from? That'd be awesome. And thank you so much once again. Amazing support. Ricky, seems like a night and day difference between hospitality in India and Pakistan. Again, I'm not going to get into the topic of it. India and Pakistan have it is what it is between those countries. I've had both great experiences in each. So, I would say for those people wondering about Pakistan and India, go and travel them. It doesn't have to be for weeks on end. Go and do a few days in one of the cities in each country, and you can see the differences. Travels with Rohana. Done so much traveling, but Pakistan is one of my favorite and best countries in the world. It has absorbed my soul. That would be amazing if you could tell me for what reasons that is. That's very cool to hear. Gav536, now the Chrissy Boy. Okay, so I'm happy in my own company. Going to travel next year. How do you deal with loneliness when it strikes or happens? Sorry. Where in Wales are you from? Gav536. Mate, I live on the Pembrokeshire coast near Tenby. So on the Pembrokeshire coast in West Wales, near the town of Tenby, which is also dubbed the most colourful town in, I'm not going to say the world, but I think it's the UK. Yeah. So Tenby on the Pembrokeshire coast, mate. And how do I deal with loneliness when I travel? Now, there is a difference, okay? And I'm not your teacher saying this. Sorry, that sounded very teacherish. There is a difference between being alone and loneliness. Being lonely and being alone. Being alone is simply me now, right? As you can see, Chrissy Boy is alone in that sense of the word right now in the cottage, okay? So no one else here but you guys. But before you, it's just me. So that is alone. Now, the difference between being alone, as I am now, and being lonely is that I am suffering the emotion of being alone, which very rarely happens, be it when I'm stationed back in Wales or when I'm traveling. You've got to remember, when you're traveling, you are around people 90% of the time. It is very difficult to be lonely when you're around those people. Now, take into consideration, you're flying, you're sitting next to people. You're taking a bus or a train, you're sitting next to people. You're walking in the street, you're walking next to people and around people. You're in a restaurant, you're with people. And then you go to the gym, you're with people again. So you're always in this kind of concoction of people. But when it comes to loneliness, I guess after all of that is said and done in a day of travel, you have to retreat to, let's say, your hotel room. That's maybe when you can feel a little within yourself, a little lonely. But I try to combat that. Not that I struggle with this because, traveling is very sensory overload. And I kind of like my downtime, my peace and quiet and solitude when the day is done. I just, for one, you're so tired from the day, you kind of just sleep. The second is I would combat it by calling friends and family back home, be that a voice call or just some messages on WhatsApp. That's going to be the best thing. And yeah, that's it. And try to not overthink the emotion of loneliness if it comes on, and just not to say turn your back to it, but acknowledge it and then know, okay, maybe this is a time that I call my friend. Maybe this is a time that I message this person or that person, and then just communicate with those people who will speak to you. That's all. Gab536, I hope that was helpful, mate. So also, where are you thinking of traveling? Let me know in the comments. And if you need any I know, suggestions on a certain country, and let me know. Also, that is awesome. Gav536, thank you so much for the donation. A tenner, mate. That is wicked. Do you still talk to yourself and the camera is off? Yes, I do. Thank you so much for that donation, mate. That's really, really cool. Thank you so much. I will put that to good use, and I promise I won't spend it on. I won't spend it on naughty things. That's what I'm going to say. I was going to say something then, but this will get demonetized. Mate, I promise I won't spend it on naughty things, and it will be put to good use, aka all of the IPAs in the world. No, I won't. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. That's really kind. Hugh Mangoes, did you hear about the earthquake in Afghanistan? I did, actually. I did. I think that was it 10 days or a week ago? A couple of weeks ago? But yeah, I did. That is a country that I definitely will be going to. Be that next year or in 2027. I'm not sure when I can fit it in. If I'm going back to Pakistan, then I'll definitely go over to Afghanistan. Maybe go to I don't know, a few regions there. But yeah, I did hear about the earthquake. Ryan is just laughing at Gav536's comment. Triple Eight Jinxie is back in the mix. What is going on? Hey, Chrissy Boy, do you collect air miles on your travels? Do you know what? I should be collecting these air miles for whenever I travel and the amount of traveling that I do. But I simply don't. And I'm not sure why. I can't even tell you why I don't. But I just don't. Again, do as I say, not as I do. You should, because it will save you money. Do I? I don't. I can't even give a reason why I don't. Ricky, which country did you get most views from? Was it Malaysia? Yeah, I think it might have been Malaysia. I went to Malaysia about 6 months ago after doing some daily vlogs in Thailand. A few videos blew up. And then also got some good views in India. And what else? Pakistan. Yeah, it was good. Malaysia was good. I did a hitchhiking vlog from, I think it was Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. That did pretty well. Then some others, but yeah. They're like, you can't focus on the views. You really can't, because one video one day might do, 30, 40,000 views. And then your next video might do not even 1,000 views. When you put it out there into the world of the YouTube space, you've got to brush your hands with it and move on to the next. You can't get hung up on views or anything. The analytics are good to show you a trajectory over a certain amount of time, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep posting and keep getting better with every video that you make, and that's the best thing. Not to focus on past views, be that 1 million views or 100 views. You just keep working, keep getting better at your craft, and more importantly than anything else, mate, keep having a laugh. Barney's World. Next time you must visit Gilgit, Pakistan, as my partner is from. Sorry. Breathe, Chris. Breathe and drink your water, mate. Next time you must visit Gilgit, Pakistan, as my partner is from there. We will sort the accommodation and tour out for you. Thank you so much. Barney's World. When my email is sorted, just check on some of the video descriptions of some of the uploads, and you will see a newly formatted email from your boy. Just email me and we can arrange that for my arrival into Pakistan. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all going well. January 2026. Yeah. Oh man, I would avoid PNG. Ryan says, not a safe country, brother. Yeah, maybe we will. We'll see about Papua New Guinea in mid next year when I head back to Australia. I've always got these big plans, right? But I've got like 46 quid to my name. But you've got to know that it's going to happen, mate. If I'm going to go to Australia again next year, your boy's going to go. That's for sure. Travels with Rahana. One more question. I think you mentioned it in your vlogs that you don't take travel insurance. Good question and good acknowledgement at the same time. No, I don't actually. And that's because I've had numerous incidents in the past when I'm traveling, and I have claimed on the travel insurance that I've taken out, and they have completely disregarded my claim. And this isn't just a one-off. This has happened a series of times. So for my last trip, and I think my previous trip before that, from India to Thailand, up to my most recent of Pakistan, Indonesia, etc., I have not taken out travel insurance. I know that's stupid, and it's not a sensible or wise thing to do in the slightest, because what would happen for someone like me who hasn't got any financial backing or savings to maybe bail myself out if it came to a bad injury or something more severe, then I would really be screwed with a capital S. So what I'm saying is I'm a fool, but I've also had experience with travel insurance in the past that have been really negative. And I think I just got so cheesed off to a point before I left for Pakistan this year that I was like, you know what? I haven't got much money as it is. I'm not going to pay £200 or £300 for the next forthcoming months to pay an insurer that, if something was to happen to me, isn't going to pay out anyway. So I kind of just like released the travel insurance thing and didn't go with it. But I would, that's me. I'm a little bit of an idiot. So maybe do a deep dive in travel insurance before you fly out. Yeah. Ryan, Chrissy Boy. Yes, you are more welcome. You are more than welcome here anytime, mate. I have lots of space. I live in Melbourne, a bit cold here too, but I frequently visit Queensland, best part of Oz, rainforest, beaches, etc. I've heard. I've got a very good friend who lives over in Queensland, and yeah, she says that's a really good spot. So, mate, next year when I'm in Oz, keep tabs, and when I get my my email, or let me show you guys actually. So I am actually on Instagram. I just don't do much on there, and I just don't go on Instagram much because I know it kind of annoys me, Instagram. But anyway, if you want to connect, this is my Instagram. It's Chrissy Boy Vlogs. I'm not sure if you can see that. I have been posting some shorts and stuff on there, but I know it's annoying. It annoys me. But yeah, that's my Instagram if you want to DM me. Chrissy Boy Vlogs. I had to add the vlogs on the end of it. And I will punch that into the chat here as well. Instagram. I'll put Instagram me. I know. Chrissy Boy Vlogs. Is that right? Chrissy Boy Vlogs, yeah. So if anyone wants to reach out and invite me over to their home where I can eat their refrigerator and cupboards bare, I will happily come and visit you. So yeah, drop me a DM on Instagram, and if I don't reply right away, I will reply in soon enough. But yeah, Ryan, thank you so much, brother. That's awesome. I'll definitely come over to Melbourne when I'm next there. Graham DeLacy, what is going on? You ask, are you still going to be in Thailand in the next 6 to 12 months? Yes, I am, because I've got two good friends who are I've got friends who are getting married in the south of Thailand next year in the early months. So I will be returning to Thailand, but it will not be until then. It will be next year in the first 3 or 4 months. And I'll be going there, celebrating with my friends, having a good time, and then probably ducking out to another country. But yeah, until then, I am Thailanded out. I spent 7 months in country in Thailand this year. I'm Thailanded out, mate. But yeah, Graham DeLacy sorry guys, I'm losing the plot here. Need to put some sausages on. Need to eat, but we're not going to eat until these questions are done. Graham DeLacy, what do you say, brother? Ryan speaks the truth. Ryan above. I live in Cairns and it's great up here, kind of like the Chiang Mai area. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That'd be really interesting to see next time. Seeing Cairns. Is it Cairns the capital of Australia? Is that right? It doesn't sound right. It may be. I'm not sure. Dan G says, no, sorry. Ryan says, I'm jealous, Graham. Cairns is amazing. Well, I guess I have to experience Cairns now too. Great place, just has a bunch of bad people living here right now. Maybe the same as the UK. I'm not sure. I was actually thinking of doing some UK vlogs, But then I'm like, I CBA for it, mate. I can't like the wind, the wet, the weather, plus this like fad of going around UK streets with a bodyguard. What is that about? Like, why is everyone jumping on the bodyguard wagon? Like, I'm not sure. It's like this weird trend that's going around. Like, let's get a bodyguard and walk around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Danji, have to go now, bro. I'll be back to watch the rest of your live. Wishing you all the best. May God bless you. Cheers, brother. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy whatever you're doing tonight with whoever you're doing it with. And yeah, mate, speak to you soon. Ricky, Pembrokeshire is gorgeous. Did amazing hiking and BMX there. Ricky, what part did you come down in Pembrokeshire? I mean, it is beautiful. It's got some amazing, mate, even the roads down here are good, except for the back roads of like farmland and stuff. But yeah, that's cool. Amazing hiking and BMXing. Some good bike trails, some nice running trails, and like the Pembrokeshire coastal path is really beautiful. And I think as I do more traveling and I'm away from being at home more, I really appreciate being back in my downtime and enjoying the peace and quietude of where I am. Maybe that's coming with some sort of maturity with age. I'm not sure, but Pembrokeshire is awesome. Wales is great. Thomas Masterson, you should do something with Mashtag because everyone that hooks up with him gains a load of followers and subs. Mate, Mashtag is good lad. He put some cool content out. I actually loved his like Thailand and Vietnam daily vlogs, and I was looking at them when I was doing daily vlogs in Thailand. Like super real guy, loves a beer, loves a party, mate, and he keeps it real. Maybe sometime in the future we can share a beer together. I think that'd be cool. Alex, I like Japan. I also like Japan, but at the moment I like the idea of Japan more than actually being there because I haven't yet had the opportunity to fly over to Japan. And that is more so down to the point of not being able to get there, but being able to afford to travel there for 2 or 3 months, what I'd like to. But mate, if anybody likes Japan and like is curious about that country and culture, you should know this vlogger, but Dale Phillip, mate, he is doing like a Japan series at the moment. This is Dale Phillip. He is like one of my favorite guys to watch. I'm like caught away through his most recent vlog in Japan. He's in Japan. He's doing these like 1 to 2 hour Japanese vlogs there. They're super interesting. They're so down to earth, raw and real. And Dale's sense of humor is like dry and witty. Mate, I can't get enough of them. Like I've like binged like all of them. So like if you want to know more about Japan and just see it from a Scottish lad's perspective, mate, where he just goes and does his thing, a man with a camera, go and check out Dale Phillip's most recent vlogs in Japan. It's like he's like living out there now. He's not, I presume, but like he fits Japan so well. He fits that mold, and he's just very real. He's not clickbaity or like I'm gonna do this for clicks. He's just a man with his camera doing his thing. And I think, yeah, mate, he's awesome. So go and check out Dale Phillip if you're interested in Japan. And he's obviously been to like 100 other countries too. So yeah, Alex, I like Japan too, brother. TL Patrick, what is going on? Chrissy Boy, watching your travels from Tennessee in the USA. What part of Wales are you from? I have ancestors from a village named Knighton Town in Wales. I'm planning a trip to Southeast Asia next year. Amazing. Thank you so much for watching the vlogs and for being here. Amazing. And it's really big. It's a big driver for me knowing that you guys are here asking questions and, you know, you're giving your time to the chat. So that's really cool. Tennessee, USA, I'd love to visit. Tennessee, that'll be cool. What part of Wales am I in? I'm in Pembrokeshire in Wales, in West Wales. It's near the very popular town of Tenby on the coast. So punch in Pembrokeshire and you'll see that on the map. You will definitely, TL Patrick, enjoy your trip to Southeast Asia next time. It would be interesting to hear what countries you're going to visit. I am yet to visit Cambodia out of many of the Southeast Asian countries. So if you're going to Cambodia, I hope you have a great time and punch in the chat on one of the comments in the vlogs how you're getting on when you go. Ancestors also from, mate, I haven't heard of the village of Knighton Town in Wales, but it sounds cool. Knighton Town. Let me punch it in. Let me have a look. Knighton Town. Knighton Town. Knighton Town. Knighton Town. It's not coming up in the moment. Maybe it's because I'm not spelling it right, but that's cool. And maybe we'll bump into each other for a Welsh beer in the future. TL Patrick. Who knows, brother? Richard Bicker. I'm from England. Appreciate you, brother, and thanks for your question earlier. That was cool. Okay. Okay, JD asks, where's the next trip you're looking to go? So right now I'm stationed in Wales back in the UK, the wet, windy, gloomy UK. But around the 20th of November, so in about less than 3 weeks, I hope to go to Morocco for maybe a week or 10 days. And I'm going to travel through some areas that I didn't do last time. And I'm going to go overland and maybe go all the way up through Morocco and then catch the ferry from the northern tip of Morocco over to Gibraltar in Spain. And then, I don't know, go and check out Barcelona for a few days before flying very cheaply back to Wales with a Ryanair flight, which is probably going to cost no more than £15. So first Morocco this month, just for a short while before coming back to Wales. And then next month, I'm going to go to the Scottish Highlands and do some hiking and live in a cabin for like 10 days, because why not? It'll be snowing, it'll be cold, it'll be nice and snuggly. I'm going to drink coffee and mulled wine and eat mince pies. And then in the new year, I would like to go to, there's many places. There is many places. Somewhere in the Caribbean, like what's the name of it, mate? I keep what's the name begin with C, mate? In the Caribbean. Oh my goodness, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Where is it? Cuba. Goodness, Chris. Cuba. I'd like to go to Cuba next year, back to Pakistan, Afghanistan, and maybe, I'm not sure, an African country if I can. So yeah. But for now, up until the New Year's, it's going to be fingers crossed Morocco, depending on how funds are, and also in December, Scottish Highlands for a week or two. So that'd be cool. Thank you for your question, JD. Legend. Miekel van Amstel. How are you, brother? Where are you messaging from? Miekel van Amstel. Could you do a Welsh countryside walk longer than a dog walk around the field last time you were from? Yes, I could. If you want me to do like a proper walk in the Welsh countryside, I will 100% do that for you. I could even do that in the next day or two. If you mean like me literally, let's pretend this was the camera, me going for a walk around where I normally go, that would be, mate, the easiest thing ever. And I'd really enjoy it. And it will show you like some real authentic Welsh countryside. Or then if you'd like me to drive to somewhere a little more with more going on, more scenic, let's say some more greenery, more beach, some rock and stuff like that, let me know and I will drive 10, 15 minutes away from my house and I will walk some sort of coastal path in Wales for you. So Miekel van Amstel, let me know if whatever one you would like to see and I will happily integrate that into the series of vlogs that I'm going to do when I'm back. Wow, we are 2 hours and 18 minutes in, coming up 2 hours and 19 minutes. That's cool. That's awesome. Antomiro. Another great question. Antomiro. I'm sorry if I'm botching that pronunciation. Bro, how do you deal with your diet when traveling so much? It's a tough one. Like at heart, I am like a fat boy. Like I love eating, mate. If there's 20 bags of crisps, or if you're from the US, chips sat beside me, and I didn't care about like being lean or, you know, being in shape for when I get lucky with a bird, mate, I would just be a fat boy. I was fat when I was younger. I'm still fat at heart, still fat in the brain. But because I am a fitness addict, and I know that's a huge contrast, is I am always paying some sort of attention to my diet and training, more so my training over my diet, because I feel the need to move as energetic as I am. So first and foremost, not that I'm saying this is the best way to do it, I focus on fitness and training before I do diet. I mean, I'm not getting paid to look good, right? I train to make myself feel better, and I watch my diet sometimes to help me look a little better when I'm in the mirror or when I've got my clothes off when I'm hanging around with a bird. Now, when you're traveling, it is really tough, especially if you're always on the move and you don't know what nutritional value a certain meal in another country holds, or how many calories you're eating based off what they're cooking with, be that oil and coconut butter, whatever it is. So I kind of eat as lean as I possibly can. And I say that in terms of I will eat single ingredient foods, such as I will buy a tin of tuna and I will have that with a pack of rice. I will have that combination. Then I will eat stuff like bananas. I will eat apples. I will eat cheap fruit. And then, mate, I'll have like cheese sandwiches, which is obviously it's going to help with getting the calories in. If you're lacking them on a certain day, it's not going to be the healthiest. It's going to taste damn good though. And mate, sometimes it's kind of balanced, right? One day you're not going to eat great. The other day you're going to eat okay. The next day you're going to eat pretty well. So it's all about balance. There is a certain element, at least in my opinion, of travel that you have to sacrifice yourself for: fitness, health, and nutrition. There has to be a certain leeway. Something has to give a little bit in order for you to enjoy travel over the obsession of your diet and looking great, at least for me, right? So I don't mind putting on a bit of fat and love handles when I'm traveling, because I know when I'm stationed back in routine, as I am now in Wales, I can lose those love handles. I can trim a little bit of fat off the tits, mate. Oh shit, I just swore. You're not supposed to swear. I said the chest. I said the Welsh tatters. Stupid Chris. So yeah, mate, just look forward to when you're back in your routine and you can get back in good nick and the shape you want to be in. But it doesn't mean that you have to go and like lose yourself completely and get really unhealthy and overweight. You don't. Like, do a lot of walking when you're traveling. That will help to negate the weight gain. So good question, Antomiro. Graham DeLacy, Ryan, please explain all your Graham DeLacy asked, Ryan, please explain to all how good our coffee is here. I've been trying to educate our boy on how to make a decent brew. I think I saw this in the comments, Graham. I'll check back on that, mate. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of on like a Nescafe instant coffee thing. So yeah, explain your method, even though I think you have in the comments section, right? So yeah. Okay, so we're still going through. Let me stand up a little bit and pat my face, mate. And just let me give a little bit. 1 second. Woo! All right, it's time. It's coming up. Oh, mate. It's the time. It's the time, mate. It's coming up, mate. It's coming up, mate. It's coming up. Okay. That's enough, mate. Let's get back to it. Let's finish these questions. Okay. Yeah, Mikel, again, with that countryside walk in Wales, let me know. LGP, yes. Regarding the stories. Regarding the travel stories, I spoke about this earlier for anybody who isn't following along. Regarding the travel stories that I myself would like to tell, LGP asks, it's not the type of content I would watch. I'm really into the slow travel content, seeing as many details by myself instead of you telling the story. Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. I was also kind of iffing and jiffing about the idea too, so I know what you mean. It's just at the moment, I still want to make content and, whatever content I can make that people will enjoy is what I will do. So if you have any recommendations of the sort of content that you would like to watch while Chrissy Boy is stationed back in Wales, let me know and I will answer. Ryan Mullins asked, how much did you have when you first left 3 months ago for Asia? That is a really good question. That is a really good question. I left. So in the last 3.5 months, just to give you an example of where I've been, Pakistan, Indonesia, Australia, Thailand, Hong Kong, back to Thailand. Okay, so those are the places. I think I left with, I don't want to get this wrong, but I think it was like 600 quid, 600 pounds, something like that, like $800 before leaving for my 3-month Asian excursion about 3.5 months ago. So yeah. LGP, you asked, wouldn't it be better to upload less often but still as frequent, like once or twice a week? YouTube's algorithm will treat you better once it sees you are consistent without big gaps. Yes, you are right. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just doing my thing. I know I should be a little more kind of serious about the YouTube business, but at the moment, mate, I'm super happy and, I'm good right now. I'm just enjoying the process. The future is unwritten, so we never know what's gonna happen. All I know right now is I'm trying to focus on the present, be happy, and just enjoy these times, mate. Farang Travels, what was the nightlife like in Thailand? It must have been a lot of luck with the ladies. Mate, Thailand nightlife is crazy. It's it can definitely put a big dent in your bank balance if you're not careful. But overall, it's a late night city, especially Bangkok. So people are eating late at night, they're socializing late at night, they're drinking until the early hours. Like it's paradise for young, free, and single people, right? So, for people who haven't experienced Thailand as a country on the whole, definitely go and do it. And if you like to party, you like to drink and throw tequila shots down your neck and just have a good time with, some ladies, then definitely go and explore that region. But yeah, Bangkok, Thailand nightlife on the whole is crazy, fun, awesome, cool. And that's probably why a lot of people come back after their trip there with, well, nothing in their pockets but holes, mate. 888 Jinxie, are these the pants you had the motorbike accident on, or are your favorite as you still have them? Yeah, so I fell off a moped in Bangkok. This is kind of just like the trousers that I had on when I fell, and I don't know, I just haven't changed them. I've got a few pairs of shorts that I wear, and then I've got these trousers. I'm usually in trousers, but it's a little cold here at the moment. But for 90% of my time here, I'm in shorts. So I'm just wearing these I'm not sure why. It's a little cold in the evening. It's a little nippy, mate. But yeah, these trousers, like the only pair that I have. I should get a few more soon. Not like I need to just go and shop. I've got some money to go and shop. I've got like 46 quid. So I should just go buy a new pair, but I'm lazy, mate. I'm just Thanks with Travels with Rahana says, thanks for your demo. I presume you mean the hiking demo that I was showing you with the camera. Yeah, that's cool. I hope that's good. What else have we got? Yeah, Alex says you should IRL live stream your vlog. So IRL is in real life live streams. I agree. There is one thing that is preventing me from doing that at the moment, and it is having a new phone that is able to do it properly and without, with a good camera and potentially without it, the system malfunction on me. So at the moment I've got this, I'm not sure what it is, Samsung OnePlus. I'm not sure. I'm not very tech savvy, mate. But I would like to. If I can get like a phone on contract, I would get like the top of the range iPhone and just go broke and live stream. Potentially that's what I would like to do early next year. And I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, Alex, I'm on the same wavelength as you for that idea of IRL streams for the vlogs, bro. Ryan seconds Alex's recommendation for the IRLs, and I third that. Nerd, no worries. It was when you were in Bangkok, you provided me with hours of content. Least I could do. Thank you so much again, Nerd, for the donation, mate. That's awesome. That's cool, brother. Thank you. Mikael Van just says T. I say Y. I had to look at the keyboard then. You said T, I said Y. To whatever and beyond said, you got a family of your own? No, mate. I mean, no, I haven't got like a girlfriend, wife, or children. I may have like a few random kids knocking about some countries that I've been prior, but as far as I know, no kids. Definitely no girlfriend or wife. But yeah, I've got family and friends around me, which is awesome. But I'm really, really grateful and loving the fact that I've got this cottage to myself. Like, that's so awesome. Should I actually show you the bedroom? Do you want to see the bedroom? Let me know if you want to see the bedroom. Actually, I'll just show you anyway. So I'm going to do a video on this so I can show you where I actually am living. Ignore the dark a little bit and show you the room. Okay, here's my sleep. Come in. I hope you don't lose connection, that's all. Okay, this is my room. Yeah, mate. So TV there, wardrobe, simple desk. And then if I spin you around, that is the bed. Yeah, mate. So that's the little cottage that I'm staying in. It's really nice and quaint and quiet. And then in here, not sure how much you can see, is the toilet, the bathroom. I'll give you more of a tour. Yeah. More of a tour in the next few days. I'll do an actual vlog on where I'm staying. And maybe I'll call it something like Inside Chrissy Boy's Luxury Cottage. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so... yeah. Terry Parnes says, loving what you do, keep it up. I will do. Thank you so much for your kind words and time. That's awesome. Yeah, I will keep going. We've got Morocco coming up and also Scotland. I'm buzzing just to do like some places that are very close to home at the moment. I'm not too like, I mean, I've just got back from a pretty intense 3.5 month round trip of 5 different countries. So I need to just tell myself, like, Chrissy Boy, mate, like, you're okay just to kick back for a while. Like, it's okay. You could go a month now and just really just recuperate, gather your thoughts and energy, and then attack back in the new year. That's fine. I just need to focus on, just living a nice, simple, quiet life at the moment and recharging. That's, I think there's so much pressure for everybody these days to just keep going like some sort of robot, where really we can take a step back, we can take some time out, and we can come out of it and whoa, everything is still dandy, everything is still a-okay. So yeah, I'm glad to be doing some adventures close to Wales so I can come back, see family, and yeah, that's all. Farzikistan, Faraz Khan. I like your 2 idiot vlogs with Duncan. Thank you very much. Thank you. We did the 2 idiot vlogs in the Cameron Highlands in Malaysia. That was a really fun one on the moped. And I was going to title the aeroplane vlog in Thailand, 2 idiots found a aeroplane in Thailand, but I went with another title. But yeah, that's sort of the same approach for that video if you haven't watched it. Duncan and I find a crashed aeroplane or out of commission aeroplane in rural Thailand. I think that's like 3 or 4 vlogs back on the channel. And you're from Pakistan, mate. Southern Pakistan. From Karachi? Are you from Karachi, Faraz Khan? That's awesome. If so, I'll be back there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all going well in January. Mad Monkey gives another whoop, whoop. I give another whoop, whoop back to you, brother. My evil gummy bear says, did I miss the and homeless questions? That was a little bit clickbait-ish of me, the thumbnail. I had to put them up. I can confirm that I like women and I am not homeless. Okay, another questions. Gav536, cheers for your answer to my question. Right back at you. Cheers for the donation for helping me buy a takeaway pizza on Saturday night. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Awesome. Ricky, mate, I'm also finalizing wedding plans in South Thailand April next year after Songkran. Have you been to Nakhon Sin Tamarat? Mate, I am going to be, I think it's April, May or March. Frankie and Sean, don't kill me if I botch the date of the wedding. But it's going to be around, Ricky, the time that you're in South Thailand next year. Because we're all going to be doing Songkran together before the wedding. So it's probably the same month, right? Yeah. So, mate, I have not been to Nakhon Si Tamarat. Let me know what it's like. I'll actually look at it on the map. I'll make a note of it to look on the map where it is tomorrow. Nakhon Si Tamarat. Down the south of Thailand. All right, I'll have a look anyway. But once I set up my new email, right, the email that's in my description of the vlogs is not working. It's out of whack. Once I put the new email together, then guys, feel free to drop me an email. And, you know, I'm very personal in terms of connecting. If you wanted to speak on WhatsApp or something, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest communicator. And my reply time is completely terrible, atrocious, but I will get back to you. Yeah, reach out to me or on Instagram if that's easier for you guys. So yeah, Ricks, that'd be cool, mate. I wish I did that when I was younger. That is a cool title. I was just reading that as like a comment. So someone has just said, I wish I did that when I was younger. Also, can you let me know where you're commenting and watching from? That's awesome. You've asked, Chrissy Boy, been absolutely loving the vlogs. I'm an up and incoming content creator, only on 141 subs and want to get to 1,000. Going to vlog my next trip to Thailand, Vietnam in February. Good work. Good work. Like, if I could give any advice to you, I wish I did that when I was younger. I would say, mate, don't just go out and do your thing. Like, honestly, for the first, as heartbreaking as it may sound, for the first 100 videos, nobody's really going to care. Nobody's really going to see them or watch them. And if they do, all the way through. So it's up to you as a content creator starting out just to click that camera on, and with each video, get better, improve with something, be that a thumbnail, be that your introduction, be that something that you say in every single vlog. For me personally, I'm always going on about mate because I just call everyone mate. So mate is something that's in my dialogue and repertoire for my vlog. So come up with something every vlog where you can improve on. And I think if you do that consistently with your next adventure, you know, you'll be well on your way to 1,000. So anyway, I'm no YouTube guru. Again, just I hope that's helped. Nerd from Cardiff, lad. Saunders foot is lovely. Mate, that's mental. Nerd is from Cardiff. I'm actually going to head up Cardiff on like the 18th of November. 18th. I'm going to go up to Cardiff Bay. That's so cool. Saunders foot is like right down there. It's like Saunders foot is like 5-7 minute drive just down there from me. That's so cool. Amazing. Mikael Van Amstel says, I'm in Bournemouth, maybe a hill or an old castle walk, ending up in a pub that's possibly called the Goose and Mate, I know exactly what you'd like to see. I got you, mate. I've got you. I've just got to make myself get out and hit a walk for you and film it. Mikael Van Amstel. Okay, I'm in Bournemouth. Hit a castle walk, ending up in a pub. Okay, and I'll have a traditional pint of. Oh, I said I was going to be sober, but maybe I'll break the rule just for you. I'll have like a traditional Welsh ale for you in a pub, like a really traditional Welsh pub. Okay. Nerd, have you ever played GeoGuessr? No, I haven't. What is it? I've never played that or even heard of that. Is it like an Xbox game or something? Or is it a board game? Have you ever played GeoGuessr? No. John, I would love to answer that question, but unfortunately, I can't. If you were sat here and we were having a beer together, mate, I tell you exactly. But yeah, Benny Global, what's going on, mate? Are you heading to India or anywhere else sometime soon? Let me know. We'll probably be in the same region if it's in the new year. And those Meta glasses, yeah, mate. I mean, the Meta glasses are good. It's just like, I know, I'm just a GoPro man, you know? Yeah, but I hope you're good, brother. I wish I did that when I was young. I said, appreciate it, mate. Can you talk me through your thumbnail making process, what you use, how do you use it, how long did it take? Thumbnails, I tend to keep most of my thumbnails really raw. I kind of do a screen grab for the most part, which means I just take a literal screenshot of part of the video that people might click on, and then I put that into Canva, and then I export it. Like, it sometimes takes me 30 seconds, sometimes it takes me a few minutes. So for example, you know, those are most of my thumbnails that are raw. They're just screen grabs from the actual events of the vlog. You know, sometimes I will add text, such as that silent retreat, to my thumbnails, but most of the time not. Like, really, really simple, raw. And then tonight, for tonight's vlog, I actually added like some sort of different to it. So homeless in Denmark, I just did, you know, a screen grab of my face, a homeless setting behind, and then some text at the top. I mainly just mix things up if I feel like mixing it up. Like, there's, you know, yes, it's nice to have the same structure throughout, but sometimes I'm creative. I want to make something different. That's all. But yeah, I think what works best if you're raw vlogging is just the very raw thumbnails. And I just do that through very simply step 1, screen grab from the video, and then step 2, size it in Canva, and then download and upload. That's it. Really, really simple. And then maybe I'll chuck in, as you can see there on Indonesia, like the country flag in the background, only if it fits naturally and you can do it subtly. Otherwise, mate, leave it out. It doesn't, I do not spend much more than like 3 minutes on thumbnails. I can't, yeah. I'm creative, but no. Sham D, have you ever been to Reading in the UK? I have not. I've only passed through on like bus journeys. So no. Do you think I should come up to Reading and have a little look around? Maybe I'll get one of those bodyguards that people have been getting. Let him follow behind me so he can protect me from crackheads beating me up or whatever people are doing these days with bodyguards in the UK. I'm not sure. But let me know. Should I come to Reading? I'll hire a bodyguard. I'll hire my brother to be my bodyguard. Nicky boy. Mikkel Van Amstel says, cheers, mate. 2 beers. Cheers. Cheers to you. Stu Mentis, what did you think of Pakistan? Yeah, mate. Stu, Pakistan's awesome. Like, go and have a look at go and have a look at my Pakistan vlogs. Like, I think I demonstrate my honest opinions and raw emotions better than some of my other vlogs that I've done. Skardu is amazing. I personally love Karachi as well. People are like, Karachi's crazy. Yes, it is. It's dangerous. I think it can be, but mate, the people are amazing. Like, the energy is crazy. It's got this mental vibration in terms of a positive aspect of it. The people are good. And yeah, mate, Pakistan's awesome. Same as Skardu. Next time I will visit like Gilgit and Hunza, and also there's some other places along the border of Afghanistan that I'd like to go to too. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. Do your due diligence on every country, especially like the ones that people say to stay clear of, especially like government advice. But yeah, for the most part, don't believe what people say when it comes to don't visit in the country, because for the most part, people who say not to go somewhere are the people who haven't been there themselves. So it's good to experience certain things and also meet different people with your own eyes and perspectives. Yeah. Jerry Shamdi, says Skardu, Pakistan looks amazing. Oh, mate, it's incredible. Jerry says, best country you visited. That is a really difficult one because I've loved some South American countries that I've gone to. Central America, Guatemala, I really enjoyed my 6 weeks there. Peru, that was amazing. Morocco, I really like. yeah, there's so many places that I've enjoyed. Australia, I haven't been to Australia until this year, and I was there for only 3.5 weeks solely in Perth, but that was incredible. And there's many places. I would be very hard pressed to say that I have one best single country. So I'm sorry I can't answer that completely, Jerry, mate. Yeah. Amber Abdulak says, "What's the plan for your end of year? Love your content, by the way. Thank you so much. Plans for end of year is probably just to stick around like the UK and Europe regions until deciding cement plans on January and February travel. I know next year I want to go to South America, do one African country and a few more Asian, but we will see. My plans change all the time, honestly. So if I was to tell you something now, most likely it would change in the future. But I'm going to go to Morocco in a few weeks, followed by the Scottish Highlands to do some hiking, pretty much for myself. I'll bring the camera and do some vlogs, but I just want to kind of recuperate. It's been a crazy, intense, fun, long year of traveling. So yeah, just gonna have some downtime and obviously film some cool stuff in between with countries closer to home until January and February hits. So yeah, thank you so much for the kind words also. Amar. Benny Global, I'm flexible, bro. I'm ready for India, New York, Philippines. Philippines also I would like to hit up, but I would like to go for like 2 months and really explore it, not like dip in for 2 weeks and then leave. I would really like to explore Philippines. Same with you, Benny, or what? Stu Mentis, you're looking very Amish. I know, bro. I know. I agree. Well, we have covered, I think that's all. Let me scroll down. I am looking Amish, am I? Wow, we have covered some questions in that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let me know if we should do another one of these maybe next week, maybe with a more direct topic so I can slam some value in your faces, mate. But yeah, this has been really cool connecting with you guys. And right now, we have been going for almost 3 hours, well, 2 hours and 46 minutes. The time is coming up midnight here in Wales, and I have still got to have my dinner. I haven't eaten my dinner yet. I've been drinking this flask of water, and now it's time for one of my favorite meals, which is a sausage sandwich. So I've got to cook sausages now in the air fryer over there, butter some toast, mate, and then chop down, ready for a carb coma before hopefully a 10-hour unbroken sleep tonight. So yeah, mate, again, all you guys, you're absolute effing legends. I really, really appreciate your time. We had some great questions there. So I do hope that those questions I have answered in good service and they provide you some good information, insight, and fingers crossed, some value, mate. For my plans, I'll let you know. For any videos you'd like to see while I'm home in Wales, as someone has recommended, do a countryside walk to a castle in Wales, let me know. I'd be more open to film your suggestions. And yeah, mate, I'm just really grateful for everything. It's been an amazing last few months. I've experienced some things that some people won't get to in their entire lifetime. And I mean that in the best, most positive way. So thank you so much. This has been a good stream. Lots to come. The future is unwritten. But for now, guys, enjoy whatever you are doing with whoever you're doing it with. And yeah, best of fortune to every single one of you. Okay, it's time to eat these sausages, mate, and then crash the F out, brothers. All right, mate. I'll see you in the next one soon. End of stream in 3, 2, 1.